Hello and welcome. Welcome to Drakenmemoria. Yay! What is Drakenmemoria, you may ask? Well, it's Dungeons and Dragons. Or more specifically, a group of people playing Dungeons and Dragons. And don't worry, it's not going to be 3 people, a Dungeon Master, and 2 blank pictures. Tobiashi is just going to be late maybe 10 minutes, he said. And I don't know about Remy. Yeah, I don't know about Remy. It says he's there, but probably he's just, I don't know, rebooting his computer or something like this.
Yeah.
So
He might be having tech or roommate issues.
So yeah, don't worry, they're going to be there very shortly. So it will be Dungeons and Dragons. Don't worry about it. Although depends on your definition of Dungeons and Dragons, because sometimes it can get weird. So if you don't want to watch this, well, internet is a vast place where with things that can cater to.
I'm here.
Oh, hello.
We made it.
Things
Hey.
that can cater
Nice.
to a wide variety of interest. And we lost audience's camera.
No.
Oh. And microphone.
Huh. Oh, maybe something happened in his room.
Maybe.
Someone died. He's hiding a body. Damn, I hope that's not what happened. I really feel bad. All right. What was I saying? Yes. So internet can cater to a wide variety of interest if you don't want to watch Dungeons and Dragons. But obviously, if you're here now, it's probably because you like it. And so if you do, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you with us. Ah, see, told you. He was just hiding a body in this room. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. Yeah, I think that's it. Publicity, if you like the thunderstorm in the background, that's ambient mixer. If you like the world map, it's WonderDraft. If you like the dungeon map, the battle map, it's Dungeon Alchemist. Alright. Oh yeah, and I was saying right before we started, Tobiashi, unfortunately, I did not.
You died off camera, sorry.
Yeah,
Fuck!
your room just exploded.
I'm sorry, man. Oh, fuck. This was Remy, wasn't it? I fucking knew it.
You know, that's what happened when you want a quickie. You never know what happens. It's just,
Ah,
hey there, close the door, bang! Damn.
I thought no teeth would be a good thing, but it was just all big.
Toby, I have something to discuss with you once we finish the intro.
Okay.
So yeah, so like I was saying, I almost finished creating all of the objects. Unfortunately, 3 objects are missing from the list. I did not have time to update Jorg's magical object. Tobiashi, I did not have time to update your balls. I'm sorry. But
That's fine, I'll just
I did
hold
completely update your cloak. If you want it, it's
Okay.
in D&D Beyond right now, and it's called, I believe, the Mirror Cloak of Protection. So that is done. And Remy, if you have your ears to listen, I unfortunately got bogged down in wording when updating your new dagger. And because of that, I saved it and everything's there, but the wording on how it hunts, I just erased it because it was getting confusing. But I know exactly what I want, so if you ever have to use it, I can easily explain it to you, and it will be properly worded in D&D Beyond for the next game.
Am I just assuming it's like flavor text? Or
Yes, it is flavor text because there is no way to do it any other way. Because essentially, what the new hunting mechanism is if you know the creature that you're attacking. Know it like it's a friend, or made research on it, things like this. No matter where it is, even if it's invisible, you attack normally. If you just know that it's there, so like, oh, I know that it's a will-o-wisp, but you haven't done any research, you just know it's there, it counts as half cover. And if you know it's there and you know what it is, I mean, it's half cover, but haven't done any research. But if you just know that it's there, like you've been attacked by an invisible enemy in the room, so you know it's there, but you don't know what it is, it counts as 3/4 cover when you attack.
So basically,
Respectable.
rather than dealing with disadvantage, it just has a significant penalty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which for a rogue, that's good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the update.
Dude, you need more than
I
that.
created the belt that you wanted, and I inspired myself from an object. Not the belt, but the bag, which is a belt. I inspired myself from a previously existing object, which is a belt, a girdle, actually. So in D&D Beyond, it's in girdles. So it's a girdle that has 8 pockets on it, but you have to look carefully because at first glance it just looks like a fashionable belt. But if you look carefully, you notice that there are 8 separation on it, and each separation can be open to have 7 other pouches in it. So you have a total of 64 pouches in the entire belt. It is a belt made for a mage to store a component in it, so it doesn't have the same room in each pouch as a bag of holding. It's just a 1 square foot cube. But because it is made for mages and casters to put component in it, any organic things you put inside will not rot or lose its freshness. And I'm getting a whole lot of messages. Of course, my power got out. Toby Ash's power went out. All right.
Oopsie doodle.
It's back on though. They'll be back in a second.
Okay. Just have to reboot. Yeah, no.
That's something.
All right.
With weapons.
So yeah, and each pouch counts as a mini bag of holding, so don't store daggers in there. But you can store your lunch if you want.
I mean, I already have an item to store my daggers in.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, if you want to store a short sword, it may fit, but it might also rupture the that pouch. All right, so Blast from the Past, an object that I actually quite liked as a druid in 2nd edition. I just rebuilt it in D&D Beyond. And we don't need a thunderstorm. All right.
You see, I put that pouch into a pouch, and then I put that pouch in another pouch, and then I mailed that pouch to myself. And when it arrived,
and of course, the object is made for comfort, and it was originally designed like this, so I didn't have to change anything. The belt reacts to your thoughts. So if you want something that is in your belt, the pouch will by itself open up to the right pouch. So you just need to reach in and grab the object. Same thing if you want an empty pouch, you just have to think about it. An empty pouch will open and you just store it inside.
Completely unrelated to Raimi, but like in somebody else's hands, it would just be like, all I need is a pouch full of bat guano.
Of course that happens right now, as soon as we're about to start. It's fucking great.
Oh,
it literally blinked off and blinked on, and I was like, oh, well, that's amazing. I just had everything open.
Oh, yeah, no, I got the same thing last night. I was, of course, writing Magical Object, I hadn't saved my file for a good 10 minutes, and then everything goes black and comes back on. God damn it.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Is that cloak in the cloak of mirror protection? It's a attunement item, right?
Yes, I believe it is. Exactly like your normal Cloak of Mirrors.
Yeah. I'm just gonna. Well, my normal one wasn't one.
Cloak
But
of-
I am.
Cloak of
Yeah, it wasn't
Protection
one.
is
The Cloak of Mirrors
attunement.
was attuned. I didn't change it. I just added to this and created another object. So
Yeah. So on the new object, I'm just putting my bracers because it doesn't have an attunement necessary thing. But yeah, I do have the cloak now.
All right. So it frees your wrists for
Doing wrist things.
Yeah.
Whatever those wrist things happen to be. We don't.
It's okay. We won't ask.
And we won't tell.
Well, that depends. But
I would like to let you guys know that my HP is the funny number. Axel.
It's also like 30 HP lower than anyone else in this party.
Whoa! We don't have to talk about how I rolled for the HP, okay?
yeah, but he's the only one that has a nice number.
Yeah. It's iconic, guys.
Had a night with Raimi a few levels ago, and then
That's what happens. All right.
Like- it was either 68 or 70. Either way, I was.
Something around there.
Yeah. Was there anything else I wanted to say before we started? All right. Just Tobiyashi, did you read the last
I
three
did.
paragraph I sent you?
I didn't send it to the rest of the people because I wanted to kind of do that thing before,
Okay.
like right when we started.
Okay. So you read this, and then when we're gonna start, you're gonna contact Fisher.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I sent everything else to them, but I didn't send the last part.
Okay. So there's gonna be an emergency meeting, especially when audience
Yeah,
is
right in
gonna
the
want
morning
to
before
talk
we
to
all meet
you.
each other, guys.
Town meeting.
All right.
Town meeting.
Yeah, because
Town
audience
meeting.
needs to. Well, we'll say this is back in time a little bit. Actually, I would have asked Toby earlier in the week though, before he probably did this, because I would have wanted to.
Yeah.
But
All right. Well, first off, I'm gonna say what happened last episode, although not a lot happened. So our adventure kept on preparing for their adventure. Now, mostly sure of everything they needed to do, they made orders for a new magical object, as well as upgraded some of their magical items and rekindled relationships and forged new bonds. All in the hope of better preparing themselves for the future. Before their little vacation was done, however, an opportunity came to bring back a friend who was inadvertently transported into another realm, Jorg. And so, they got him back. They celebrated a bit. Tobiyashi had to unfortunately follow his dietary restrictions. But everyone else got to eat as much as they wanted. And so, now, 1 week will have passed. Well, almost. A few of our players wanted to go back a few days in the past to settle a few things. But after that, 1 week will have passed. And our adventurers will be ready to start adventuring again. And maybe saving the world. You know, it may happen at the same time. It's Oh, I've completely forgot to create the bell that you brought back from the past, Remy. I told you it's intact. It's pristine. And it is called And in a nutshell, it does.
Blows up the world.
Time you ring it.
Hopefully, shit.
It's one of a set, and if you ring both, it opens up Annual Undo.
That's one of a set.
Gotta go back to the dream to get the other one.
Okay, good stuff. Um,
Load.
how do you write may vary? As in
MAY and then VARY?
Correct.
VARI. No, yeah.
Oh, is it very or
VARY.
very?
yeah, as in result
Vary.
may vary or something like this.
Okay, yeah.
Uh,
Sorry, barely passed high school,
I
guys.
can
Don't
never
judge me.
say how to spell things out loud. I'm so bad.
I'm dyslexic. Don't ask me
It's
this.
hard.
I need a program to check everything I write.
Out of everyone here who could spell something, I think it's Remy.
Yeah. So Remy, how do you write? How do you write may vary?
I think I spelled it right.
Correct as I heard it. MAY space VARY.
All right. I think it's. I think it was that. I may be wrong on the number of days. So this is the summary of the description. It was a bit more flavorful when I came up with it.
Oh yeah. One person will like this, and then one.
So now you understand why I told you there's one party member that should probably see this.
What does it mean?
All right. So, who should we start with? I guess probably audience, because if you say that probably a day or two after Jorg came back, you would ask Tobiyashi this.
So at the beginning of the third week.
Of the third week,
Correct.
While
I was gonna
Tobiyashi
ask
last
him.
thing happens at the end of third week. So probably
Yeah.
audience, you'd be the first one to go.
Yeah, beginning of the third week. Okay, so Toby, basically, you would get a knock on your door of your room. We'll just say you were in your room at some point during this.
Yeah. Some point.
No.
I'm like,
On
wait,
it.
1 second. No, yeah.
At some point.
No, I answer it. Yeah.
Okay,
Remy,
it's
what are you
audience.
doing?
It's
Oh, no,
audience.
Remy, shit.
He's like, "Hey, so Toby, I wanted to talk to you because basically, as you know, we're going to be going to your monastery, and this guy you have might have information on the pirates off the coast. So, I wanted to get an airship that we could help kind of track down and get the pirates with to help down. So, I asked my yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I thought we were gonna teleport there. Or are we taking an airship?
So we can teleport to your monastery, but it's going to be a lot harder than to actually have a way
Track
to
'em
chase
down.
down the pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that. Yeah, I think the airship would be a plausible way of getting there and being able to chase them afterwards. I know Fisher is
Yeah.
really passionate. I've never seen him so passionate in my life, to be honest.
Yeah. So anyway, how I can get an airship is through my church, obviously, because they have airships, and
Yeah.
they were willing to offer us an airship, but they wanted to send a delegation to your monastery. I said you probably weren't cool with that, because I know you're kind of not super into my religion, and I know your monastery is more private. But I basically finagled it down to them to where they'll only send one person and we can interview and handpick the person.
Mhm.
But I wanted to talk to you about that because I know it's your monastery and I didn't want to make that kind of decision without you.
I think it's okay. I I know I really haven't seen eye to eye with you. Well, not with you. I think you're a good person, but with your, I was gonna say monastery, with your church, as a sign of trust to you, I would allow you to pick them, and they could come along. Um,
Okay.
and yeah, I'm okay with it. It should be fine. We do like learning about other people's religions, and we don't have really a big problem with seeing eye to eye with other religions. So yeah, I think they'd be okay with it.
Okay. I'd like you to come with me to help pick them.
Okay.
Because
That
I
sounds good.
think I'm going to do an interview to make sure that there's no... just because I know you have some suspicions and I want to alleviate any fears you might have, I want to make sure that you're there and present for the...
No, that's perfectly fine.
Okay.
I would be willing to go with you.
Okay, cool.
So the first interview is with Jackal McEvilson.
Well, audience would actually... I'll tell you who audience would be looking for. Audience would be looking for someone that was younger, so hadn't been in the church for, like, as long.
Mhm.
So, like, a newer person. And he would also set up an interview with them where he would cast Zone of Truth and basically ask them questions like, do you mean, are you going to do any harm to the monastery? Are you blah, blah, blah? Like, do you have the best interests of the monastery at heart while you're trying to learn? And, like, things to make sure that they had the best interest of the monastery at heart.
Okay, that works.
That's what audience would do with Toby. So I don't know if we want to roleplay this or if the DM has anything, or if we just want to say I find someone.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have to roleplay this, especially because I don't want to have to come up with 5 different names and 4 different voice and
Yeah.
Different hairstyles, 2 unique
Yeah.
traits.
That's why I was just trying to tell you kind of what I'm generally looking
That's
for and
okay.
how I would go about the
Okay.
process.
The only thing that I would ask is...
Wait, you called him a what? A representative?
an
What was he?
emissary.
An
Emissary.
emissary.
So, the only thing I would ask is, do you go into your church and handpick the person that you want to interview, or do you let your high priestess select a wide variety of possible candidate?
I would ask my high priestess, because this is actually a check I want to make personally. I would ask her to pick 5 candidates, and I'd kind of give her the same parameters of like that I gave that I was looking for.
Okay.
And then another question I would add while I was asking her in the Zone of Truth was, what did the high priestess ask you when she asked you to be part of this adventure?
Okay.
Well, they're in the Zone of Truth.
Okay. All right. So, let's see. This means I have 4 chance of giving an answer to that question, and 5 chance to give an answer to that question, and see which one you want to pick. All right. So, you get a small variety of people, but most of the people that are in front of you are dragonborns or humans. And you get the strong impression that it is so because Tobiashi is a human. Well, according to her. She doesn't know about the change of her status. Or dragonborns, because this religion was founded by dragonborns, of course, and they have a very eager and proactive attitude, which is very important for building a good relationship with another faith. So this is the reason why those two races were chosen. So well, one answer you get is the priestess asked to build a good relationship with this temple, especially if their values works well with your values. If it works well, the orders are to build the best relationship possible. One person that you interview, they all mostly give the exact same answer, which for our audience, provided he roll well with investigation.
All right. Toby, you're there too, so you can also roll with
Yeah.
investigation.
Okay.
No, I'd believe that audience would be telling the truth.
Ooh, audience rolled an 18. That is almost the highest possible roll audience can roll.
Okay. Okay, well then, even for you, the fact that all candidates answered the same thing on this sort of has an element of, That's like asking people who did something wrong, what's your story? And they say the exact same thing with the exact same pitch, with the exact same
Okay. I
punctuation.
feel like they might have been
Story.
coached a little bit in how to answer this question.
But you have to remember, it is zone of truth. So although they were coached, it is the truth. They really were told.
It's their
to do
truth,
this.
yeah.
And is that also true for the questions? Do you intend any harm towards this monastery, or do you they answer no and all of that?
They all answer no. Where there is an element of difference is that one of them tells you, actually two of them tell you, and because of the way you formulate this, because of the way you interrogate this, that, well, of course, I don't plan on doing anything bad to this monastery. We want to create peaceful relationships. One of the two of them actually slipped something in with this, added with this, saying, but of course, if it becomes apparent that this monastery could become a valued ally, more people are going to be called to further develop this.
I would like to let you know my passive insight is 18.
Are Toby and I just rolling the exact same shit?
Yeah, except Tobiyashi doesn't even have to try. He just looks at this.
Yeah, I'm just listening.
Okay.
So there is a sense that for your church, this may be a several phase element. And this person answers truthfully in the sense that they do not intend any harm. But only two made that slip. Everyone else seemed to have... Those two were a bit more nervous, especially since you did look at them in a way that made them a little nervous. So there was this element of saying you this and then suddenly just adding... But of course, it's if they look like they're going to become good allies, we're going to call more priests, of course.
Okay.
And then you, Tobiyashi, because your passive insight is so much higher than audience rolled insight. You'd probably have a moment where you realize, just by their body language, that even though they didn't do it visibly inside of their mind, it just went, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
But besides that, they all pretty much answered the same.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Okay. Honestly, I'd look at Toby and I'd be like, do you want to pick one of... Well, once they left, I'd be like, do you want to pick one of the people that seem to slip up a little more? Because they're going to be less... They're going to be more obvious if they are trying to do something nefarious. Because they're obviously not as intelligent.
Yeah. Bring back one of the guys that did that. I need you to ask him one thing.
Okay. I'll bring him back. I'll bring back one of those
Right.
guys.
One is a dragonborn, and the other one is a female human. Both are extremely young. The dragonborn, you get the feeling, is just barely out of the order's training, so he's probably 15 years old for a dragonborn, and the human girl is probably barely just 17.
Okay. I would be honest with Toby. I would be like, honestly, I think the Dragonborn is less mature.
That's what I was gonna say. I think the Dragonborn is probably the best idea.
They're also very straightforward as a. I'll be honest, they're very straightforward as a species, knowing myself. So it's gonna be hard to get him to not just say what he means.
I've seen it. Just ask him one question. Or you know what?
Okay.
I'll ask him.
Okay.
I look over at the Dragonborn, and I'm like, so what do you think about the light?
The light?
The light.
The light.
I look up. Yeah.
Well, it is inside of every person, which has good intention. So it is a good thing. It watches over everyone, as our God does. So why wouldn't I like the light?
That works. You're coming with us.
Okay.
Audience, do you want to ask something else?
Nope, that's good. Toby felt good about him. I feel fine. The only thing I think added to this that audience would do, because of some of the things other people said, is he would send a letter to his high priestess requesting that even if relations are built with the monastery, he wants it left at that as now because of the fact that it's the monastery of his trusted companion, and he would like if no further plans at the moment are made with the monastery.
All right. You get an answer, and the answer is a promise that no matter what, they will keep the numbers of emissary to 1 in the temple, so long as you do not feel that it is appropriate.
Okay. I appreciate that. Okay, cool. I feel like I've covered the bases now with that. All right.
Why does this message have a semicolon end parentheses?
Audience is also a little upset by the fact that he feels like every single person felt coached, because he really wants to trust his high priestess, but he's feeling nervous. So many nerves. Okay.
So many nerves.
Listen, he's known as high priestess. We were basically raised together, all right?
Yeah.
He likes
It's your
her.
childhood friend.
Yeah.
You know.
She was the one who gave him a kiss as he left and cried upon his party. No, okay.
Well, that's the story that the audience says.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, we get our ship then,
All right.
and this guy's coming with. What's this guy's name? I guess since he's coming with us.
It's a dragonborn, so
Greg.
Just call him Dragonborn.
No, he's a member of my church. He probably looks up to me. I want to at least know his name.
Why did it send like that? Anyways.
Doug.
Enough
At
is
the end of the 3 weeks after I have this, I do end up calling
okay, so,
Fisher and Jorg.
for audience's answer, Nahalkas.
The Holocaust.
Nahlkas.
Oh my god, why do I have to scroll sideways?
I don't know.
told
It's
me
so
what you
weird.
said
Just
to me.
download it. Just download it. I'm not sending you malware. Don't worry about it. I didn't want to take 3 separate screenshots for this. Like
You're
all the
making me
screenshots that I
download a
sent you.
text file.
Yeah. Just read the text file. Don't worry about it. It's easier to copy in your notes.
Alright, Tobiyashi, you call Fisher. Do you just call Fisher?
Yeah, I call Fisher. No, I would call. Well, at this point, since we did it already, and I asked Fisher,
Okay.
I would call Fisher and Jorg at the same time,
Alright.
thinking we're all still in our room, about to go to sleep or about to wake up.
Under the cover of night, in your personal room, Tobiyashi, where you are sure that even gnomes will have difficulty spying on what is happening in your room.
I let them know about the meeting and then what I sent them, so they could have time to read it while we keep going on with what we're doing.
They just got a transcript of everything.
Yeah, but if the audience wants to know, I'll read it right now. It should help them. Gotta find Aisha. Sorry, I have a lot of notes. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. So where it starts. Blah, blah, blah. Wait, what? What? Okay, I scrolled too far down. I should have put a hyphen in here.
Well, it's literally the last thing that I sent you.
Oh yeah, I can just look at your text now.
So-
Yeah, I need to put spaces in between these, to be honest.
well, that's why I always put a dot between each paragraph, because that
Yeah.
way the space remains when you send something on Discord.
So, towards the end of my 3 weeks of vacation, we were me, Naisha, and the Temptress were going to meet in my room. I know, awesome. Initially, it's a bit awkward. Naisha doesn't really trust me very much. Fortunately, Temptress gives me an introduction that I was waiting for, and
Which, for the audience,
it's a bit awkward.
Tobiyashi worked very hard to get this under under the scene. Worked
Yeah,
very hard
yeah,
to get this
very-
introduction.
It was very humbling of a hero. The Temptress adds her knowledge, and finally Naisha does. It's a bit awkward for a while because they start talking in a language that I don't know, and they're kind of girl talk. They're kind of talking back and forth, getting to know each other, stuff like that. Temptress adds in what she had learned about Audience's cult. The official history stated by the cult is that their god saw the potential in a few select dragonborn in Cornethil. He led them out of the city so they could be free to see the truth. The official record, Cornethil states... Am I saying that right? Cornethil?
Cornethil.
Okay, Cornethil states that a group of dragonborn started preaching that dragons were all godly avatars. Funny enough, the original cultists were not dragonborns. However, these cultists seemed to favor dragonborns, even more dragonborn showing a bronze dragon ancestry. After a while, they become problematic in the city, so they were banished. The records show that the city saw they found their village less than a day away, but so long as they did not cause any trouble in the city, they considered them a minor nuisance. About 200 years ago, they tried to expand, but their attempts only last 5 years, and their efforts collapsed. The champion they chose did not impress for very long. It was cut down. He was cut down in combat. It was cut down in combat. Sorry. The combat has since been reworked into an epic tale that still is used today. Then we move
for
forward.
audience, this is the mural that there is inside of your church, depicting a fight with someone that resembles you very much.
Okay.
Then we move forward to the last 15 years when they suddenly started to expand again, but never as much as this. Audience seemed to have spread the expansion through his travels and the money he injected into his cult. His
Sorry.
I'm thinking exploit. Yeah, no, you're fine. His exploits have also significantly boosted the recruitment efforts of the cult. Naisha adds her investigations. The Cult of the Dragonborns hides his cards well. It took her months to investigate before she found the pattern. Every time someone of a different faith draws too much attention and diverts their attention from the Cult of the Dragon, the cultists start building relationships with that faith. Then not long after, key members will die, usually in a quest to further their deity. Assisted by the dragon cult, those a bit too resilient, however, seem to die of old age. But it isn't old age, it just looks like old age. She produces a small bottle, the height of it.
The height and width of a closed fist.
I saw it, yeah. Height and width of a closed fist. She shakes the bottle and you could hear something, I could hear something moving inside of it. Most likely a glass bead of some sort. She found this on too many age-related death scenes. The magic is weak and fades quickly, but its vitality, transference intent.
No, sorry.
Virtuality, yeah. No, yeah,
vitality, sorry. I
transference,
was reading the
enchantments. Yeah, no, you're good. As the body loses strength, it feels old, like old age. It takes its toll on the body, but they made the mistake of using this on a druid who should have still had several decades of life. Possibly well over a century. This is what drew her attention to it. They used this strategy to cripple other faiths. Other worrying things she found evident of the audience's cult and the hunter cult are working together. Their exchange feels too much like a well-planned choreography. Every time. Yeah, sorry. It's too much text.
I know. I'm the same. Sorry. I feel for you as you are.
You're not. No, you're not. You're not like you're not writing anything wrong. Most of it's right.
Oh no.
Every time.
I'm just saying I have the same problem when I try to read, so I feel for you with every word.
No, you're good. Every time one loses a member, it boosts engagement. The losses on each side are always significant. Audience's cult only loses followers of low potential. And most of the cultists' losses are summoned creatures, something they can throw in large numbers without real cost. Finally, only in front of an audience do epic engagements occur. And although these epic engagements seem to show the dragon cult as impressive victors, in actuality, very little has been lost by the wolf cult. I share my discoveries with Naisha, everything that I've been through, everything that I've seen when I was in there for 20 years. As saying, she only goes after those that can be taken. Her answer as to why no amount of magic seems to make the truth to come out. She only goes after those that can be taken isolated, according to what you say. They are always blind to the inner workings. She needs to go after those that don't go out adventuring. She'll be refocusing her efforts. She ends by telling both of me and Temptress to be careful that the high priestess of the dragon cult.
The name of the priestess. I'm not gonna ask you to say this.
No, you're fine. Audience has openly said she is the high priestess. She is always planning and is far more devious than her gentle voice and smile has suggested to us when we first saw her in the church, Fisher. She's deadly smart and always has more than one plan in motion. And they both know that his dragon is a green dragon. And then I would tell them about what me and audience did at the beginning of the week and who we're taking with us. No, I'm sorry. So now the audience knows. And the other two people, without having to read
the audience wishes he hadn't heard any of this.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it makes it more,
The audience has.
Sorry, Sam wishes he hadn't heard any of this.
Sam knew.
Yeah.
Just more than deep.
Well,
we're all talking on that orb now after I explain it. Yeah, George, a lot has gone on while you left. I know you heard it the first
sounds
time.
like it.
Yeah, I just started this
that
after we got out of the dream. After we got out of the dream. I could have been doing a lot more before. I just wasn't thinking about it. I trusted audience. I just had a bad feeling, so
Fisher, from inside of you, you hear Taryn adds, well, it does look like Audience is actually one that can be trusted. He might actually really just be a tool.
Well, we already knew Audience was a tool, but
And that's all you hear.
Yeah, he is definitely he's a good guy. He has his bad moments, but I mean, it's all being in part of an abusive relationship, I would say. Other than that, I think there's a way for us to save him. We just have to be able to show him. I'm just making these measures as a precaution, just in case we're not able to, just in case things happen. I've been contacting other people, letting them know, making sure that they're quiet about it. I did try to reach out to his, as I said before, his rival. That didn't go so well. It went weller than I thought it would, to be honest. But
Did she give you that vial, or
Naisha?
Yeah.
Would she have given it to
Did
me, or
she
did
need
she?
to
No,
keep
she just showed it to me.
If you wanted it, she would have given it to you. She found several, so she has more.
Okay, yeah, I would have probably taken it from her. After that, I'd be like, so I have a couple things in motion. I'm sorry to keep you guys out for so long, especially Jorg. I knew you were a part of it before even I told Fisher about not liking out. But you kind of left, so I had to have someone to confide to. And I'm not gonna lie to audience.
I don't blame you.
Like we said, there's no lies. As long as if he asks me about it, I'm gonna be open to him with it.
That is important.
Like we said, we're not lying to each other. I'm not lying. He just didn't ask me.
No.
have you ever heard what's called a lie of omission?
What are you talking about?
Okay, I thought nothing. Never mind. Okay.
I mean, I gave you guys the information. You do with it what you will. I trust you guys. But if you guys want to be upfront and truthful with it, I would suggest maybe waiting a while, being careful with how we say this.
I was just gonna say if this bead, I think, is kind of the physical proof of something.
Yeah, exactly. No, I never said
on.
that. I'm just telling you guys what I found out.
That we can bring to audience.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
why I'm saying we should wait a little while. Find out some more stuff.
It might be a good idea to just hang on to it for a little bit.
And then when we get more, sit down, talk to them.
Yeah.
Hopefully that works. Yeah. That's everything. Sorry, Chuck. I know I've given you a lot of information as soon as you came back, Jorg, but I felt like it was needed.
Yeah.
I even asked Fisher if I should. He said it should be okay.
Yeah. Toby, actually, you said you wanted full disclosure. I just sent you one sentence in Discord. I don't know if you want to disclose that also.
Oh, no, yeah. I told Fisher and Jorg that I sent another clone. My clone... Okay. Did my clone send a clone to the south, or
yes, it's your clone that sent the clone.
My clone sent a clone to the south to go talk to another monastery.
God.
So now we got 3 Tobiyashi in the world.
And he doesn't have an orb. He does not have an orb. Only my other clone does. The real me. I'm sorry. I'm the clone.
They're spreading.
Can you eat your clones to like reabsorb them?
That's a conversation we could
reintegrate their
have.
memories and what they've learned.
That's a conversation we could have on the road.
Oh, that would be sick.
Oh damn! We just invented the shapeshifters in Star Trek Deep Space Nine. We have the founders now. No.
All right, I'm like, all right. So contemplate on that. We could think about it for a couple of days. We got to go to my monastery in a day or two. So
I
have a
think
good night.
I think we hold on to that vial and
Yeah.
wait until a more I think he seems to be a little more wary of them.
Maybe a little from
But-
what we did at the beginning. Yeah.
I think we wait a little longer and then when it feels like he's more ready.
I'm still trying. The vial will help. I'm still trying to talk to Corin's elvish companion. So, as I said, no luck so far. Anyways, enough with that. Have good dreams. Sleep well. Well, sorry, Jorg. You have good dreams. I
What,
guess.
you don't want me to have good dreams?
Well, I mean, I don't know if you have dreams or if you just talk Terranad all night, or I know you can still
I've
see
told
it.
you about some of the dreams I've had.
Oh yeah.
First, let me tell you a story about part 3 of Bahanor.
Oh,
All right,
Sorry,
now
this
we
is
go.
day 2 of the 3 weeks of downtime that we thought.
Yeah. No, okay. Yeah, we go to sleep. I'm pretty sure if everyone goes to sleep after that.
Well, I don't know. It was a lot of news. Maybe George spent the entire night thinking about this. Who knows?
Yeah.
My question for you.
No,
Fisher.
Jorg's
Yeah?
still getting used to bed. He's sleeping like as soon as he lays down.
He's like, oh my god.
You always have this little difficulty, so whenever the hour seems to get longer, you just transform into a cat and.
Yeah, lay out in the sun.
Alright. Fisher, the only thing that I would ask is during those 3 weeks, would you try to dream at least once?
I think I would. I think I would probably, but not very much.
Okay.
I think it would be near the end after I'd finished Terranad's little orb thing.
Okay.
And then, maybe like a night or like 2 nights, I would sit down and
Okay.
try.
No, by the way, when you transfer Terranad into that little ball, because you haven't taken them out of you naturally before, the process is intriguing because you didn't expect it to feel. You didn't expect to feel anything as it's separating from you, but this is when you realize that his interaction with you, his with your body, is much more involved than anything you thought before. Because when it starts to separate from you, you literally feel his presence slowly disconnecting itself from you. And it's a bit weird as a sensation because it feels like now there are dozens, if not maybe 100 small connection inside of your energy, inside of those arcane nerves inside of you, and you feel them all slowly receding, gently untethering themselves. And it's sort of weird because it sort of feels like someone's pulling on a suction cup and just going. And the process lasts through the entire hour it takes you to unattune yourself to Terranad. You just feel it go, and you feel the gentleness of this because you realize that, oh wow, there would be a real danger of energy backlash inside of him if the connection were to be pulled too fast. You feel it because since they don't disconnect all at once, you feel the backflow of energy going back into him and resonating inside of his crystalline structure. But because he's removing them one at a time, it doesn't overwhelm him. But it is slightly uncomfortable, and for you, slightly weird. Like I said, it's sort of like removing 76 suction cups on your body.
Incidentally, kids, this is why you press the eject button first before removing the...
What? No, you just pull it out of there.
So it's a bit of a weird sensation, but a new one. And for you, a new sensation is something new to think about.
Once it finishes, like, well, no, just remember, when you say snide mean shit like that, people will hear you. Not just me.
Well, of course, I'm not a toddler.
All right.
And there is a moment where it feels like the orb is looking at you with strong intent when he says, I'm not a toddler.
A real question
All right,
is,
Gramps,
can you
I'm
access,
gonna go to bed.
can you access all the powers that the orb used to have?
Well, yeah, he becomes connected with the orb, but the orb mostly simply has spying equipment, so...
Yeah. Really, it moves and sees.
True.
But I'm not going to be... I don't think he's going to be doing much spying, because that's too big of a risk
Yeah.
to move.
He'd be spying on somebody. It's like, you stupid dumb shit. I listened to everything you just fucking said.
Yeah, and then I'd try and dream and make a saving throw.
Dream
Or-
is a save, yes.
Yeah.
Wisdom.
I am proficient in those now.
Oh!
Check this out.
2.
I rolled a 2. Plus 5 is 7. And then plus another 4 from my War Magic Arcane Deflection is
You do have your coin.
11.
You do have your coin. You
Right.
haven't used it in 2 weeks.
Am I attuned to it right now? I am. That's better. That's the opposite. That is 19. So instead, that's a 28.
Okay.
Let's go, more Fisher dreams.
That is better than 11.
Yeah.
It is.
You have your moment where you are trying to think and you're having difficulty, but you've gotten used to hearing that ding sound in your mind, knowing that the coin just used its power, and you probably have this moment of, yeah, of course. The reality changes. It's the first thing you hear when you arrive in the dream. Ding. Oh yeah. So, yeah, you find yourself, for a brief moment, in complete darkness. Then, as moments go by, and you get the feeling that time is moving a little bit faster than 1 second to 1 second. You start seeing the sunrise, but the light allows you to see not a bright plain or a vibrant forest. You see a desert, barren, just sand everywhere. And then suddenly in front of you, you see a lot of people gathering. You have a brief moment where you're wondering if they're gathering for you, but you have that reflex, because now you're sort of used to it, of looking behind you, and you realize that they're gathering for someone standing right behind you. This person is wearing wizardly robe and has his arm extended in front of everyone and tells them to wait patiently, to follow his order. The way he says it is very commanding, and you can feel the fear in the people in front of him. Then he turns around and grabs water from what looks like the side of a dam. This is when your vision loses focus, and you see how big this dam is in front of you. It is the size of a cliff, easily half a mile high. And there's a brief moment where you have that, oh shit! Because you realize that the water is just holding itself there. The water itself has a strange glow to it, one that you've become accustomed of seeing in those dreams. It feels a bit like the entity that you've started wondering if it's your mother or something like this. Maybe a patron creating construct souls. The water has that shimmer, and the wizard turns around and makes a gesture, and water pools in front of him in a watery orb, and he gives it to people. And he keeps drawing water from that huge dam, which when you take a moment to look, you realize is being held by a small arcane device in its center. You can feel it emitting so much power to hold all of this there. But you also realize that this being is drawing energy from that entity to fuel what he is doing and the loyalty of those in front of him. All of that energy is being held in place by a single arcane device. And your dream ends with a strong focus. It feels like the arcane device takes more place in your mind as you're looking at it, as if the dream wanted to underline that there is such a thing. Of course, you can't help but think that eventually the water is going to run out. It may take centuries, it may take millennia, because it is a huge dam. But also, if you could overwhelm that device, the flow of water would simply wash that wizard away.
So, do I get any kind of, do I have any sense of like recollection or familiarity with the device? Or am I able to like picture it clearly, or is it kind of like dreamlike and
The
more
only,
of a vibe than a
the only thing that
accurate looking?
Yeah, no, you don't get an idea of the device itself. The only thing that
Okay.
sticks into your mind is the similarities between elements of different dreams. The device extracting water to fuel something. Um, a person cutting out pieces of flesh from a person to feed people. All themes like this coming back in several dreams. Although
Mm-hmm.
this dream has never shown you this element of, although his power seems to depend on this, he is holding back with this more than he could actually handle if you removed it.
Mm-hmm.
But it is such a vast reserve of power also. It is literally a dam half a mile high and
Mm-hmm.
probably as wide, and you don't know how deep.
Interesting.
You've also never had such a strong feeling of whatever is inside is that powerful.
Mm-hmm. Um, do I get the vibe that this figure is
It never appeared in a dream so far as a
uh-huh.
wizardly figure. That's as
But there was
much.
always a figure
There was always
doing
a
it.
figure doing something. It is the first time that your dream shows you a wizardly figure.
Mm-hmm. Um,
Dressed in a robe, not a
any
priestly robe, and
uh-huh. Any chance does he give off the vibe of like using this in a way to exert control, or as more of a vibe of like providing?
it is a feel of tyranny when you
Okay.
look at this. It is both using this to support and to enslave.
Hmm. The support, but I could be supporting more, but if I did, I wouldn't have as much control over them, kind of
Although,
a.
judging by the amount of liquid there is, he could easily give more.
Yeah. All right. All right.
All right. So, with this in the morning, you come back to life and okay, you dream. It had been a while, but also it'd been a while since I'd been in this realm.
Hmm.
And of
Cool.
course, knowing that dreams will adapt to new information you have, dreams can easily force you into something. This is why, and you probably ask a few questions to people about this, and mostly priests will easily answer those questions.
Hmm.
When you're dreaming about something, it's not your ability to reason that is being called. It's your ability to interpret something. Because even if you find yourself in a fight in a dream and then you learn how to fight, the next dream is simply gonna show you a monster that is better at fighting than you, if the dream wants to talk about a fight that you can't win. So it's more about the symbol than the actual element.
About the vibes.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
All right. Unless you want to do something with that dream, ask someone in the garden. We jump at the end of the third week.
Yeah, I think I would. I don't think I'd mention it yet.
Okay.
Yeah. I would wait.
Oops. Camera just... not camera, microphone just fell.
Drop the mic.
It's because it's been doing that thumping noise again. I thought I fixed it, but maybe it just got worse because it just keeps getting older. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, times goes...
What? You drop a mic if you like when you.
Yeah, no. No, I got the reference. Well, if I did that, the armature around the microphone would make a devastatingly large noise, and I wouldn't be able to talk to you because, to be honest, anyone that actually does that, I don't think they use the microphone right away. It's probably damaged.
It's like it's more just like it's very performative.
Yeah.
And usually you can afford to do it if you're doing it. So like microphone or smashing a guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
or
it's
a
on
good
your
way
mic.
of saying, see, I don't have to say any, I don't have to add anything to this. There you go. Don't need the microphone anymore. You're beaten. All right. So with this, the 3 weeks comes to an end, and you all find yourself caught up in time. In the morning, audience, you know that the all you have to do is give a call to your church and tell them where to send the ship, or go to your church and go to the ship, and they will, of course, provide transportation. You're muted.
Am I?
Oh, okay. Now I saw your lips moving, but no sound came out, so that's why I thought it was muted.
I was thinking, does the audience know how to fly a ship? Probably not.
You've never tried.
So you probably wouldn't go pick it up. You'd ask.
Doesn't Fisher know how to?
I know how to sail a ship
Well,
I was kind of
on the
hoping.
water.
Dang.
well,
I can probably figure it out.
I was kind of hoping Fisher would know.
well, Fisher might be able
It
to.
still uses the sail, right?
Yeah, like I said, the Fisher might be able to figure it out, especially when you see it. So it is hovering off the ground, maybe 15 feet off the ground. It is a small ship, 3 decks only. It does look a bit like a sailboat, but it is a bit wider and flatter. 2 decks are below decks, and the upper deck is opened. It is floating, so there is an engine inside there. But the method of traveling are sails. There are 2 large cells on each side, triangular cells that are right now closed, so it doesn't move. But they can be opened, and the ship will simply move like this. So Fisher can probably handle this. Well, at least on the 2D level, getting up or down. He may have to figure it out, but the rest he's probably done this before.
All right. I guess because we're trying to get, I'd ask if it could be delivered close to some teleporter that was closer to. Where's Toby's monastery?
Tobiashi's monastery is on the island of Sadinal, which is the furthest, more southern island of this island chain. So you are right now on the island of Estrin. And southwest of there are two other islands. And the island of Sadinal is where you, Tobiashi, and audience, started your adventure.
Okay, so I guess audience would ask, I don't know if there's a teleporter on towards the southern side of Estrid, but he'd ask if it could be delivered there. We could pick it up there from the garden.
I mean, if it's got to fly from this island chain, we might as well go with it anyway, right?
Well, yeah, you'd have to have asked a few days earlier if you wanted it to meet you there. So right now, if you say this and you go there, you're going to have to wait for it to arrive.
Okay, we'll just pick it up here.
So yeah,
it'll give Fisher. Honestly, Fisher might need the extra time to figure out how to fly it, since I guess we should probably know how to handle it before we try and chase down the pirate ship.
Yeah. Although, I will mention it is interesting that the last I heard of the Predator is that it was operating off the north shore of the island we're currently on.
Yep.
So which is a lot kind of farther away.
That was also a while ago, though, right?
That was a while, yeah.
Yes.
But I guess that was also
from the world's perspective,
more
it's
than
been over a year. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, they could have probably just moved in that year.
All right.
All right. Well, I guess we'll get on. I'll just pick it up.
All right.
Whatever.
So you go to your church to go there.
Sure.
Or do you want to have it sent to near where the portal in Otanel
just near to where the portal. Just near to where the portal is.
Okay.
It's fine. We'll pick it up at the portal.
Does your church know where the portals to the garden are?
I'll name them a random hill and say we'll be there.
There we go.
So much suspicion.
Weird. Wonder where that's from.
I don't know. Why is no one trusting Audience's church? It's so weird. All right. So, like I said, you go there. It takes a few minutes to find it. It's floating off maybe 15 feet off the ground. There is a long rope ladder hanging from the side.
All right. I request that Fisher wear his hat while he's piloting the ship.
Fisher takes it off of Taranad's orb, which he had stuck it on top of, and puts it on his head.
All right, Fisher, you go up first.
All right, I'm ready.
You're the captain. You got to invite the rest of us on board.
Hell yeah! I start climbing up.
All right. Nice. It feels slightly familiar. It's sort of like a sailboat. It's just that the cells are on the sides. There's maybe 20 people on the ship running the different things. It's a small ship. It has 2 arcane ballistas inside. One that use, you could say, virtual targeting. It's essentially 2 chambers inside of the ship, and the targeting point is outside the ship, so it has a 360-degree firing arc.
Hell yeah.
You have to admit it's not the a ship that you want to take into heavy engagement because it's mostly made out of wood. Thankfully,
Does it have any form of arcane shielding?
Thankfully,
like the other ship?
it does have an engine, so a barrier is there. Although Fisher, since you are used to seeing those things on ship, it is a very basic barrier. It wouldn't last against a warship. But it will be able to fend off, to resist against most common ship. And judging from how this ship is made, the ship can probably outrun most heavy ship.
Okay.
It's light, it's nimble. You have that brief moment of, oh yeah, it's been a while since I touched this, and you grab the you grab the wheel of the ship, and then suddenly you feel the whole ship go.
Yeah.
Oh, it's more sensitive than I remember.
Audience on the ladder. Ah! Climbing up.
Man, the handling on this thing. Oh, really.
You just put steering fluid in it. Don't worry about it.
It's a sensitive.
Does it have a name?
Oh.
As we all get on it, I'm like, I'm never gonna get used to these flying ships. I'm still not used to regular ships.
Yeah, of course. The ship would by default have a name. I did not think about a name for the ship.
I lean over the side and shout down to all of them, all aboard the TBN.
Why not?
The
To be determined.
What's this? Oh, 2D name.
To be
2P
named.
names. Okay.
So,
We'll climb
how do
up.
we translate this in letters?
No, TBNL, the to be named later.
I know, but it's okay. I want to make a name out of it. TBNL. How would you write this? THBEANL.
So what is it? Sabanal?
The Tibianal.
Tibianal?
Tibiano.
That actually
Tibianal.
works.
Tibiano.
You're welcome.
Right.
It's a little close to something else.
Well, with a name like this, I think it would be fitting that the engineer of the ship would be a gnome, not a garden gnome. This is a normal gnome.
No,
Not fully insane, but just
just a little bit.
Well,
a
no,
little
just
bit.
as insane, just with much less means.
Yeah,
Do
there
we
you go.
need, by the way, I'll lead into Finch. I'll be like, do we need the rest of this crew, or can we crew this ship ourselves?
I don't know how to crew a ship.
I give it like a look over, and I think I would.
You'd be able to handle everything except the people working on the engine of the ship. Because you notice that some of them are priests. And having lived on ship, you know that these arcane engines you can feed them priestly energy to boost them. So
Are these people members of my church, or just people
most of
the
them
ship?
are those for the operation of the ship. So the gunners, engine workers, and the first mate. You can recognize that they're from your church, but the other person, those that are just there to fill in the rest of the functions, they seem to be hired people.
Are you concerned about them, or are you just wondering?
I wasn't saying this out loud.
Oh,
I asked Fisher if we felt like we needed the crew, but I wasn't. Oh, are you asking?
oh
audience
yeah,
if
that's what I'm
concerned about
concerned.
them?
Yeah, if you're
Oh
concerned
no,
about
I'm
the
not.
crew,
I'm
why
not
are you asking
concerned.
if you
I
need
just
them?
don't want to put any more unnecessary lives in danger than I have to.
We could slim down the crew a little bit. We'd need to keep the engine crew,
Okay.
but also, if you're worried about putting lives in danger, if we do slim down the crew, and DM, interrupt me if I'm spitting nonsense here. If we do slim down the crew, it will make it like we could operate it, but then we would have to be running it as opposed to, say, fighting. And
Yeah, if you slim this to a skeleton crew, if
It'll take longer, probably.
well,
we might put less lives total in danger, but the crew we do keep's lives would be in more danger.
Greater danger. I
Yeah.
see. Okay. I think it's fine. We
say-
keep them then.
I say we keep some people that could fight at least if we're gonna do anything. We are gonna be chasing down another ship if I do not mistake.
Yeah. I don't know, Toby. We have pretty good luck with ships. Remember what happened last time? Or I
Yeah.
guess not you, but you're kind of you.
Flashbacks.
memory.
Do.
You have
No,
the
yeah,
memories.
Yeah, no, I remember what happened last time. I mean, not everything has been going well for us recently, so
Yeah.
the more the merrier at this point.
I mean, I'm still the guy who beat. I do not remember his name in single combat on the water. The most feared pirate of the world.
well, of the island chain, not the war.
Of the island chain.
I would argue that those who have the necessary money to sell on the high sea might be more problematic pirates.
Yeah.
I'll say they have had some time, at least. A lot of time to get stronger.
Are there air pirates that we know of?
Of course.
I would assume so.
Fishers.
If there are water pirates, there are air pirates.
It's an air pirate.
Mm-hmm. A pirate?
They're like made of
What?
air.
It's a
On
pirate.
one of these.
It's a pirate
Oh,
that
pirate.
hunts
On
with
an
the
airship.
flying ship.
They're on a ship made of air, and they're all made of air. So,
Oh,
Alright, well,
no.
Fisher, it's your ship, so I'm gonna let you decide who you want to keep and what. I mean, I'm just gonna I'm kind of putting you in charge of the ship venture.
Captain,
I put my arm on his shoulder, look him dead in the eye, and go, I truly appreciate that, and I'm definitely not going to abuse this position of power you put me.
Cool. I'm gonna go learn how to fire one of the guns because I want to be able
Yeah,
to do
I was
that.
gonna say we need to learn how to use those.
I think you'd make a good gunner.
Okay,
Alright.
Remy, do you want to come
yeah,
with me and learn how to
everybody-
use a gun?
I go meditate because airships make me queasy. After the
Alright.
last thing we went through.
Yeah, I think we should keep everybody on, but I do think we should go around, audience and I at least, after we figure out this gun thing, because I know how to make one blow itself up, but I want to know how to make one function properly.
Very specific skill.
The crew looks at you like,
What?
I know how to sabotage our own ship. Don't worry, guys.
We'll be fine.
I can blow us
This is
up.
an older model, though. These might not have that same. And then after that, we should go around and meet with the crew and figure out how the rest of this thing works.
Okay, let's do it.
Right. So, it takes a moment. You sort of have that reflex of, on ship on the sea, the wheel only goes from right to left, but here apparently you can push it forward and backward, and then you push it forward. The ship starts.
The way Fisher figures that out is he accidentally leans on it,
Whoa!
and they immediately pull into a little bit of a nosedive, and he's like, "Oh shit! All right, good to know."
I just
bad,
look back
guys.
at the rest of the crew, just testing the puppy out. Don't worry, experienced
worry
hands
about
here.
The first mate, which is from your church audience, just looks at you slowly. And says, are you sure he know what he's doing?
Don't worry, I've been sailing for longer than I've known who I am.
Take that as you will.
Do you retain skills from before you knew who you were?
Well, it's muscle memory.
Muscle memory.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I have
Every
those.
time I do
Nothing to worry
this,
about.
I get the desire to do this.
Is anyone gonna tell him he doesn't have muscle? No.
Audience, because it is mostly members of his church, they're just gonna give very false confident answers of please, you're sailing with me and my party now. Have no fears. You're with audience. Things will be
You
great.
couldn't be safer.
Could not be safer.
Oh,
We're
it
definitely
definitely
gonna get
You're
works
the
stuck
with.
for a
time
long
knights
time.
after all.
Yeah, no, that doesn't work for audience. The audience's church member, probably react more to the fact that he says, it's me. Don't worry, you're with audience now. You got some of them just go, yeah, okay, yeah, no, he's survived this long. So there's probably something to it, yeah. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna go pray.
Shit.
So they don't hail you as a prophet. They're not revering you all the time.
I'm a champion, not a prophet.
He's a
Some of them
champion.
might revere me. I don't know.
You're a level 11. You have reached the level at which there are very few people in the world that is as strong as you. So
Unless you're in the garden.
if you just want something to compare, most soldiers are at most level 3. When you reach level 3, you're usually a seasoned soldier. If you reach level 5, you're probably considered a veteran. When you reach level 10, you're probably that person that teaches the new recruits. When you reach level 11, usually they take you out of the battlefield and put you in strategic position or put you in command of a small army.
And at level 15, the trilogy usually ends. So,
just so that you realize this,
Depending on the
it's
writer.
because of wizards. Up until you use level 5 spells, it's minor spells. But when you reach level 11, you get access to major spells. Things that alter sometimes the fabric of reality. Sometimes this can be permanent. So anyone level 11, pure class 11 especially, would automatically inspire awe in some way. If you decide to train on the deck, there would be people that would naturally just come sit around and watch you train. They will learn more from what you will be doing during the next hour than what they've been taught in their training since they were level 0 to level 1. Jorg, you find yourself in front of people that can cast spells, and you start casting a level 6 spell. Everyone in the room will most likely just stop and watch that dude casting world-altering spells.
We're a pretty cool bunch, guys.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna pull up the most blasé level 6 druid spell.
I mean, Sunbeam is pretty, like,
Sunbeam's pretty wild. I don't think. Do I have
Level
like
7.
world-altering spells? Oh, I haven't actually prepared my spells.
Well, maybe not planetary level, but you can definitely change the battlefield in a permanent way at level 6.
Mm-hmm.
In a major engagement with two armies clashing against one another, you throw in someone that can cast level 6 spells, and unless the other side can do the same thing, there's a high chance that you're the one winning this engagement, even if you have half the army that the other one has.
Okay, I got it. It's like now you are at the level, Jorg, where you can cast Find the Path. You always have apps available to you.
Hell yeah.
But just think about this. You cast this, you're in the forest, everyone is completely lost, baffled, disoriented, and they just look at you and you just say, this way.
On fire. Because you know a way to get somewhere you've already been before.
Hell yeah. No matter where I am.
speaking.
No more
of,
maze puzzles, guys. Oh my
Speaking
god.
of strong guys.
No, you have to be familiar with the destination.
Yeah.
Damn.
We should get when should we summon Ornak back since his 3-week vacation is up?
Oh, we should have summoned him right before we got on this ship.
Wants to go back down and so.
I mean, but I
I
still
thought
have
we had a
dirt.
pot. We still
We
have
have
a
a
pot,
pot.
right?
Yeah.
Pot.
You took a large pot of dirt.
You
Well,
would have told your church to put an orange tree grove on our thing, right?
Absolutely not.
So yeah, before it was just a pile of dirt that you just shoveled inside of your dimensional space, but now it's probably a very well decorated garden gnome style pot. A plant.
I will say my space is looking a lot cleaner than the last time you guys saw it.
Oh yeah,
because it's actually been cleaned out now.
completely. It even smells nice. There's that little stone flower on a small desk at the end of it. Your stuff has been neatly arranged on each side. There were 4 slots and a desk, so each one of you can have one slot, and the one that needs the least, can have the desk.
Yeah, Fisher, you could almost live in there now if you wanted to.
Ready to try to open
No,
my
thanks. Appreciate the
Hey.
offer though.
Hey, Remy, you want to go to the Sorry, never mind.
Somewhere in there, the bomb is hidden. We don't know where.
I was gonna say the crow's nest, but I feel like that'd be
A Jorg joke.
a George joke. Yeah.
What? That sounds like something insensitive that Jorg would say.
I was gonna
He's
say.
gotta keep. You gotta keep it up. George.
I'm gonna. You want me to be racist again?
No, wait. I never said racist. I just said not incompetent, but
Insensitive.
Inconsiderate. Yeah.
Inconsiderate
Having a
also.
charisma of like 8 or 10 or whatever you.
Exactly. It's blunt. It's
Uh-huh.
All right.
Yeah,
You wanted to say
who
something?
does have the best passive perception?
Remy.
Remy, I think.
Remy, no offense, but I feel like you should be in the crow's nest because you've got the best. You're the most perceptive of all of us.
She does have a.
I'm
spell
meditating
class.
at the front of the boat by the
Raimi slowly raises his arm and then a little spiderweb thing comes out to the top, slowly starts moving upward, like being drawn upward. Does not stop staring at you.
Hovers ominously.
Yeah. I guess if we don't want to go through the full travel time, I'll say audience's main thing while we travel is he's trying to learn how to use the ballistas.
All right.
Wants to know how to be a gunner.
Make an arcane
There's-
roll.
2 things I would like to do on our travel.
Make an arcade roll, oh no.
Do you need me to help explain it to you?
Yes.
They give you advantage.
So
I
first,
think
you're
you
gonna.
might still have to make the roll, though, audience.
No, that's how you're gonna blow it up.
Well, if you give me advantage, it would be appreciated.
Ooh, you know what I will do?
Yeah.
I will cast Borrow knowledge on you.
What does that do?
It grants you proficiency in a skill of my. It lasts an hour. That's not gonna. Never mind.
Okay. Just give me advantage. Just help
I'm
explain
just
it
gonna
to me.
give you advantage. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if you do this, it's going to grant him proficiency in arcane.
Well, yeah, I was thinking, but if it only lasts an hour, and he's like, would that be long? I guess I could keep casting it.
The travel
Anyway.
itself is going to take a few days because it's from
Uh-huh.
Otanel to all the way down the map. So you have a bit of time, and during the night, if you let someone else pilot, and if you just want to stop the ship and have this incredible view, especially when you reach the ocean where there is nothing but the stars.
We'll just say it takes audience the entire trip to figure it out.
Yeah.
That's what I'm just gonna say. With the rolls that I just made, audience does not learn it on the first day, or the second day, or the third day. How many days are we traveling?
So how bad was that roll?
It was a 7.
7. So there's probably a moment, Fisher, where you say, all right, audience, did you get it? Yeah, I just have to do this. No! You're aiming at the deck. Stop.
Like
Mm-hmm.
this from the crow's nest with his spy pass, just like nobody can hear it, but there's just a sigh.
You have that brief moment while you're in there and you're watching the little dot that helps you to know where this thing is aiming. You just see it go above your head and stop like this. As, oh yeah, he's gonna fire. Oh, that feels like it's aiming inward. But for
Audience, you don't use the ballista like a greatsword. You don't swing it as you shoot.
yeah, you had a brief moment, audience, where you swung the tip of the cannon and just saw Remy. You said, "Hey, cool!" And you focused your gaze on Remy, and this is why it just flipped its.
You just see the cannon looking at you, and audience just looking at you through it and waving.
All that Remy sees is that little dot aiming at him, and you know that it's powerful enough to put to shame some fireballs. So you're like, audience, stop it.
Should we trust him with those?
On the
He's learning.
So wait,
I
how
I
many
can-
believe
days
in
is it?
him.
I
How
can
many days
fly
does it take?
audience.
Hold on. I'm gonna get the map out. Well, we're gonna figure it out during the break because I
Okay.
think we can send people on the break.
I needed to talk to 2 people during our travel.
Okay. You're probably gonna have time. It's gonna be several days. I'm just gonna make sure how long.
Yeah.
All right. Break. Which is
Give me a break. Give me a break.
Give me a break at the Kit Kat bar.
all right. We're gonna go to the actual break before someone sings the whole jingle and Kit Kat sues us. See you.
That wasn't
See you in
it.
15
Fine.
minutes. Bye.
Alright.
Hey, we're back. Yeah, sorry. I was waiting for Tobiashi and audience. That's why we're a minute and a half late. It's their fault. I was hoping that would bring them back, but okay. You know, sometimes they just close their camera and they're actually just listening. But by saying this, I thought, but right, they're really away.
But he responds to negging.
All right. Okay. So, well, that's a little awkward because Tobiashi said he wanted to do something before you arrived. And I just made the entire calculation, and you should arrive there at the end of the third day. The ship goes at roughly 30 miles an hour. So it's not as impressive as the train on the Misty Isles, who could go as fast as 50 miles an hour. But 30 miles an hour is faster than any land vehicle you've had. Even Remy. He can only do 10 miles an hour with his magical horses. He's just a slowpoke compared to that.
Don't shortchange the beautiful non-living horses.
You know, they're stallions. They can go 10 miles an hour. You got to engineer the ships. I can push mine to 35. Do you want to see?
Like, they call that again horsepower.
What's that horsepower? I thought it was wizard power. You're going at 700 wizard power.
Doesn't sound as catchy.
No. All right then. Let's say seahorse power. You know.
Seahorse.
Well, there are
feel like
people
those
in the sea that
numbers-
use seahorse as a horse. So. All right.
Giant seahorse power.
Yeah. Racing seahorse.
Normal seahorse power would be... You'd have to get pretty high before those numbers meant anything.
Yeah. Well, unless they're enchanted seahorse. You know, that could... Dire seahorse.
Ah, yes, the mighty dire seahorse.
Sometimes you just want to... I want to see that creature. I want to know what it looks like.
It's a whole foot tall.
Hey, Tobiashi's there.
I'm back.
All right, so the ship is going at 50 dire seahorse power. It's an engine that has...
They're sky horses now.
No, seahorse. Come on, it's a ship. You use horse for land and seahorse for ships. Come on, get with the program.
Oh yeah.
I mean, get with the spell. So the entire trip lasts nearly 3 days. So Tobiashi, you said you wanted to do something before you arrive. You have 2 days and 3/4 to do this.
All right. First person, as it's like midday, from where I tied the silk onto Jorg, from where I'm at, I've been meditating at the front of the ship, just kind of walking around, doing whatever. I'd put some silk on the floor, and then I would jump into it and pop out what Jorg's at. Well, where it's on your wrist. I kind of just pop out of your wrist, and I'm standing next to you, wherever you're at.
I feel like you could do this.
He's leaning up against the railing. It's just fall.
Fuck, no!
I feel like you could do this more
I was
impressive.
flying around as a bird. Sorry.
Well, I mean, I tied it around his wrist. I guess I could do it into my own silk that's around my arm.
No, I was
Um,
thinking you once asked me to if you could make a hang glider with your silk, but it's been months and you've had 3 weeks. You could have asked someone like Yali how to make a squirrel suit out of your silk. And just jump
oh,
off the
that's
side
true,
of the
huh?
of the ship and yeah, and then you teleport with your own silk because now you're wrapped in it.
Yeah, yeah. Then
And
just
you're
go into it, and then yeah, that makes
rematerialized
sense.
right next to Jorg. Oh damn,
That
he's
is true.
inside.
So yeah, I do pop up next to you. I'm like, hey, Jorg.
Hey.
Just like it's nothing. Just like it's nothing. So I was wondering if you'd be able to talk just for a second or two.
I don't see why not.
All right. So I've had this kind of epiphany. What caused you to come and go to the garden exactly?
Like initially,
Yeah.
It was like, fuck, wait, what?
So, like everyone else, you were invited by a warden that gave you a letter, which invited you.
oh yeah, I was offered a letter.
Well, I mean, before then, my idea is that from what Fisher told us and why we're going on this voyage is that we all seem to have this connection to the Hunter cult. So I don't know what connection you guys, that you have with the Hunter cult or Remy. I've really not asked Remy where he's come from, so that's to be fair. And it's
Well,
kind of hard to ask him if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's hard to get a really understandable answer out of him sometimes.
But at least he's not saying this in front of Remy anymore.
Yeah. Remy's just hiding around the corner. What did I hear?
It's not your fault, it's mine. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're breaking up with me, huh?
So I was wondering, have you ever ran into them before you got the letter, before anything like that? I knew you were like smuggling some sort of like herb from a place to another place.
Yeah, I didn't run into them per se, but they're I feel as though their motives are similarly against nature as mine were.
Okay.
And Jorg, their
So-
god is a fallen druid god, so you have
Yeah.
you have a religious reason to not like them.
So, yeah, I was just wondering. It's nothing serious. I just feel like there's a bigger thing pulling us together other than the garden.
Yes. Maybe there's something pulling a whole garden together.
Yeah. It could all be connected. It does make sense. Well, think about it. If you remember anything, let any of us know. Really. It would
What was
help
your
out.
connection with the Hunter cult?
Well, they are at my monastery now.
Yeah.
As I think, Fisher knows the person that was there. Other than before that, before I got the message from the garden, I've never really heard about them. I heard there was a religion going around since we kind of keep up on that thing, but it was never kind of like, oh, they're doing something bad, so we gotta do something about it. But
Quite honestly,
other than that, yeah.
on your island, Tobiyashi, the worst it ever got was a bunch of kobolds starting to pray to this god. Because
Yeah,
it is a
the- yeah,
hunter
the-
god, it makes them feel yeah.
Yeah, the only thing that I've recognized is there was a bunch of kobolds on my island that would worship this hunter god, and they were pretty bad, but they're kobolds, so
Yeah, they nearly killed audience.
yeah.
It was your first fight of the campaign.
It was in the past. Yeah, there was a goblin. He got blown up.
Kobold. Goblins were later.
Oh yeah, kobold.
Well, that's pretty strange.
Yeah, I've just been thinking back on it. Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
want to get some tea? I mean, we could make some tea. I'm pretty sure there's tea on this boat, unless audience's religion didn't bring any tea.
I think I've got some on me that I could make.
We're only G Fuel drinkers, actually.
Oh shit! Fuck, sorry. It was yerba
Oh
mate,
yeah, good
right?
thing.
Yerba
Good thing
mate,
I
yeah,
have.
shit. Good thing I have G Fuel.
Uh-huh.
Use code. Sorry.
Order now, and you can get 30% off your first.
Your first waifu cup. Oh my gosh, I knew it. So we'll sit down for tea for the rest of the day, talk about whatever, what's gonna happen. The next day, I'd wake up, not have to stretch really, but still do it because it's kind of like muscle memory.
Yeah, it's a reflex.
It's a reflex at this point. Stretch out, go about my day until midday.
Toby's stretching. Is he
Literally stretch.
goes down onto the floor and just spreads out as
Hey,
a
I
pancake?
just spread out. I'm just mat out into a puddle.
How many nights were we staying here?
3
It
days.
takes 3
Okay.
nights, 3 days to get it. 2 days and 3/4. So you could
Okay, so on the
at the end
the
of the
second night,
at the end of the second day you will arrive. So if you want, you can spend the third night on ship.
Yeah, this would
arrive in the morning.
be the second day, I guess. I would have talked to Jorg on the first one. Second day, I would. I don't know if it was said in the going through my silk. I take whatever I'm carrying, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Now this is gonna be hard. Actually, you know what? Instead of doing that, I was gonna try to get spawn right next to Remy, but he put my silk inside of a pouch, which I would have to be naked to get out of.
Yeah, he said he put it inside behind his belt, right in front of him. So you just appear in a very awkward.
That's what I'm saying. If
arousing
it's an
position.
inch, if it's like an inch hole, I could get through it, but I can't be carrying anything. So,
So you materialize inside of his pants. You saying?
yeah, I materialize inside of his pants. No, I would get some tea from Jorg, and I'd bring it up to Remy because he's been up there all day. I kind of do the same thing he did. I just use my silk to pull myself up there. And then he would have noticed me before I even got up there.
Well, it's his job there to notice you doing
Yeah.
this. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, for some reason, there's elevator music.
As I'm getting up, I climb over the edge. I think there's enough room for us. I'm pretty sure.
Crow's Nest? Yeah, of course. There's usually enough place for 2 to 3 people in there.
Now, if we're like Fisher or audience, like then you know,
Yeah.
there.
I would be holding the tea, set it down. I'm like, you've been up here for a while. You look kind of like you need something to drink. I was wondering if we could talk.
Tilts head at least a bit suspiciously.
Oh, it's a nice herbal tea. It was made from the fruits that naturally grow around my monastery. Since we're going there, I thought it was fitting. It tastes kind of just like, I don't know if they would have that. It would be like a like a walnut kind of like flavored with like different herbs in it.
Remy, you know it's
But-
not true. You saw Aronak walking on the deck earlier, just saying, "Someone grabs a bunch of leaves out of my head."
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. But yeah, I had a few questions. It's about the mission we're on and how it all correlates to a lot of us. From everyone that I know of, we're all connected to the Hunter cult in some way or another. But I haven't really gotten to know your past, really. I know you don't like to talk about it. We don't have to. I just wanted to know if you had a connection with them at some point. Maybe seen them, fought them, were a part of them.
You said "fought them," right? Because I heard
Just-
"fuck them."
That last
Yeah,
one.
no, I mean, it's the same difference at this point.
Fuck them up.
Yeah, fuck them up. Yeah, you forgot that part. No,
Okay.
no, it was fought them. Yeah, it was fought them. I take my tea, sip it.
Raimi shrugs his shoulders.
Nothing at all.
Eh?
All right. Well, it was worth the shot. Where, if you don't mind me, where are you from?
Raimi Minor Illusions, a map.
Mm-hmm. Where on the map? It's just a map right there.
Well, you spent all of your life in the island chain that is south of the of Tobayashi's island chain.
Yeah, he's just pointing at it.
Okay.
Oh, pointing at it
Um,
through his map, because you know what I mean, kind of like minor illusioning it so that it's reverse.
Yeah.
And then just kind of like his talons poking out.
Okay. That helps out a bit. Well, unless you had anything else you wanted to say, we could sit up here, talk, drink tea. Not trying to put any pressure. I'm just trying to figure some stuff out.
It was a beautiful night, Remy.
Yeah, the stars are out.
Absolutely.
My skin is gleaming orange.
So I've been rolling, and so far it's a friendly encounter twice in all of this, so that's kind of nice. You met a very nice bird, and during the night, you weren't expecting it. You saw a shooting star.
See, I know everybody else. A lot about them. They do talk more than not. I know Remy, but I don't think I know Remy, if you know what I mean.
Raimi thinks for a moment, and because this would probably actually be the simplest way to communicate a lot of information in a short period of time. He pulls out his book and he pulls it open to a page.
Okay.
And he's going to start ritual casting.
Okay.
It gives you enough time to boil the tea and then serve it.
Yeah, boil the tea. Yeah.
I don't know with what, but yeah, okay. You boil it with tea.
Yeah, I boil it with my burning hands. Yeah. Put some lightning into it. Thunderclap it. I think that's enough.
I know. If it's a metal cup, yeah, of course. You use lightning from your thunderclap. You just
I
let
get
the
my
energy
elemental
out.
to come out and cook it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, No, it's gonna heat up metal. Lightning heats metal. So yeah. So instead of taking 10 minutes, it takes 15 minutes because Remy starts laughing after 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Until like it 10 minutes and 6 seconds later, or I guess again 15 minutes from losing concentration. He casts Riri's telepathic bond between the two of them.
Oh,
And he gives basically Tobayashi a brief silent film. Well, not a silent film, but
Here, experience my trauma.
God, I've had so much already.
it's not a movie. It's more like a slideshow.
Yeah.
The benefit being here, not only can he give you images, but then also communicate general thoughts without having to play guessing games.
Yeah.
No, and since you live them, you can give him a good slideshow of moments in your life. You know, it's like watching a stop motion animation. The first ones, not the latest versions, which have become very fluid, but more the first ones where it's actually slightly robotic.
Hearing some voice clips that I've heard before every once in a while.
Yeah, you recognize some of them. Oh yeah, I've heard you say this. Oh, that's what it means.
It was like the title screen was like brief history. Remy.
Wait, why do all like the screams in this film be using my screams?
Yeah, why? Is that George? No, that was Fisher. No, that had to be. Oh, that's who it was. Okay.
That's audience when he received the ball behind the head. Okay, that's good. That's good.
All right.
But
Okay.
essentially, you get various scenes of, well, a lot of it starts out the images seem to be very dark.
Mm-hmm.
As in you can maybe catch brief outlines of things in the darkness, but a lot of it involves looking face down with maybe a small amount of light, looking at, in the process of scrolls being written on.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that was that.
Various glimpses of various points of a Deshari elf, who does any number of things toward the viewer. Probably some things you would even recognize from your own experience, actually.
Okay.
But then cuts to that same Deshari elf becoming immobilized, and suddenly everything seems a lot more actually brightly lit. In fact, the first image he shows you after that one is what would probably be maybe a blasé sunrise to you. But it seemed important for him to highlight it. Then he shows a few different instances of a number of individuals that, at least based on the frequency of you're showing them that they were probably part of. And you even get a sense of belonging. So these people he probably was actually a part of for a very long time.
Okay.
Few like faces appear more often than others. A lot of animals in unfortunate positions. You get, like being cage captured, netted. When it gets to that point, minor illusions Jorg and goes.
Yeah, yeah.
Until like the movie goes more toward what would be air quote recent times with him coming to the garden.
And then,
As far as the general ideas being presented, just like essentially in a cold and dark place for a very long time, escape, new life, new family, friends, adventure, new meaning.
Yeah. Okay.
then ends with a picture of audience after he went to the bathroom, and then Remy just, oh no, sorry, you weren't supposed to see this.
You weren't supposed to do that. Oh my god. All right. As it wears off eventually, I'm like, huh. That's more than I knew. Was the elf familiar at least?
Not to
Speaking
you,
of the
no.
DM. Not to me, okay. But I have had an elf torture me.
Yes.
Um,
Even if I remember correctly, your backstory, Remy, I think that this elf would feel very the Shari elf, um, but probably his skin was a bit closer to gray than black.
Okay,
Um,
so excuse me, on the grayer side.
Well, no, simply because you once told me about the fact that you thought he was half elf.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay, yeah, I get what you mean.
So not completely the Shari, so a bit diluted. But other than that, yeah, it does feel pretty similar, pretty familiar in the sense that he has bad feelings toward the Shari elf. But no, you don't recognize the person.
After it's all done, um, I'll put my hand on Remy's shoulder and I'll say, I won't say I know exactly what you went through, or say that I know what you went through, but I can recognize the feelings that you might have had going through it. And I'm sorry you had to do that. Not saying it was all bad, but it wasn't all good. I will. Oh wait, what?
Just again brings up the elf again, just like all bad.
All bad, yeah, exactly. I meant after that part, but never mind. All bad, yeah. Taking my arm off of his shoulder, I will pick up the tea stuff. If we're finished drinking it, obviously, I'm pretty sure through all that we probably would have been.
Just loudly slurping tea.
Yeah, while we're going through the memories and stuff, I don't know if we're able to do that. But I'll leave his glass. Yeah, I won't take it with me. I turn around, and as I'm ready to go off, I'm like, I'm trying my best to help audience. I know you care a lot about him, and I think he's a really good guy. I just think he isn't in a really good relationship. And I will go down and put away the tea stuff. If Remy says something before I leave.
Actually, Remy will grab you by the cloak.
Oh, yep. I'll turn around. Or at least turn that direction. Yes, Remy?
You make a shh, and he's going to reach into his pocket and pull out a bell.
A bell? Oh, God, it's the bell. All right.
All right. Tobiashi, you'd recognize this bell. Well, not this one, but you've seen a bell similar to that before. It is called an exiled bell. And you know that if you strike it, it will mimic the cry for help of an exile. With probably the same result as the one you already know.
Yeah. I'm like, as I turn around, I'm like, you know what that does, right?
Maybe nods.
That
I don't
bell
know.
is flawless. It has
Yeah.
absolutely no chip, no scratch, and it is a blue color that is familiar from those you know. So you don't know if it calls him or was made by him to call someone else, but it is the same blue.
From what I've seen, I don't know what your plan is for it, but there was a time when I was traveling with my teacher, where he heard something, told me to get on his back, and he literally ran across an ocean to get to another exile that was in need. It wasn't a really nice sight to behold what happened after that, but he ended up saving them, and we went on our way. Where did you get that?
Raimi makes a tick-tocking noise. Well, actually, because I think the spell's still active because that bitch lasts for an hour.
Oh, yeah. It lasts for an hour,
Okay.
yeah.
You get you get a mental image of the library.
Oh, okay.
One of the small rooms. It was tucked away.
That's strange. But it could make sense. What were you planning on using it for? Was it what I was just talking about?
He says in again when it was like more common voices, but like a bit more like wizened. I thought it would be something that you should know, Raimi.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. For knowledge, I'll give you knowledge. I read the whole thing. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to go through all that again. No. I'll pull out the vial that has the thing in it. The little bead, or well, it was a bead, right? Or a little rock pebble.
It felt like it was probably something like glass bead or glass marble that was at the bottom of this bottle.
Mm-hmm.
You're not sure how they managed to put it inside, because if you turn it around, it doesn't leave the bottle. It feels like it's just slightly too big for the bottle, so it just rattles inside when you shake it.
Yeah. I know I can't lie to you. So I got this from an acquaintance that has been researching audiences' religion, and from my knowledge, they've been using this to kill off other religious priests. I don't have all the information. I'm not trying to use it against anybody or anything like that. I'm just trying to get more information to try to help audience to lead them on a better path. For that bell, we will probably need it in the future, in some way. It will be a lot of help in a dire situation. But I have a feeling my master already knows what it might be for. But with that, I am trying to help, and I know you are too. But yeah, I will see you tomorrow. Well, you'll probably be doing more seeing than I am, but you know.
He cuts to him put.
All right, see you, Remy. I will go down the thing with my silk and then end up going to bed.
So in metagaming, Tobiyashi just shared his quest with you.
Yeah. A little bit of it. Me trying to help audience, yeah.
Click on the share quest button.
Yeah, share quest. You see a bunch of things. No, I'm sure.
Remy gives a double kiss as you leave. Like the sound of 2 air kisses.
Yeah. You don't see it. I turned around. I'm blushing. Go down the thing.
All right. Anyone else you want to talk to before you arrive?
Nope.
All
I
right.
figured out everything I need to know.
All right.
The night before we arrive, I do want to
Okay.
cast Hero's Feast, and we can
hell
all
yeah.
Oh, fuck
eat
yeah.
together.
Yeah, we all eat.
So do you want this to be a hero's feast or a hero's brunch? Because you could ask Fisher to slow down so that you arrive in the morning.
Oh, have one extra night on the ship, and then
It's up to you.
yeah, and then we get an extra longer time to be well fed, I guess.
Well,
I think
if you
it's
cast
expensive, right?
you can cast Hero's Feast the night before, and then you get your spell slot back, but it's still active.
Yeah, that's what my plan is. So that way, if we land in the morning, we get 24 hours of it. But if we land in the evening, then we'll only get it for that after we land.
Well, I guess, yeah.
I mean, we'd have it while we're on the ship, but probably nothing's gonna happen. Hopefully,
You don't know.
we don't know.
You never know. I agree.
I mean, I would probably not ask you to slow down just to eat it and land in the morning.
We're gonna eat. I think we all deserve a feast together.
Actually, all you'd have to do is just, okay, Fisher, just keep your mouth open.
Just shovels it. You full yet? Oh, never mind.
We can just feed Fisher the bones, and we'll eat the rest of the stuff. Because Fisher doesn't eat. You can probably crunch through this pretty good, right, Fisher?
As long as it's not shit. As long as we're not eating a hero's feast of shit. I mean, we should be good.
I don't
That's
know.
your
camping.
I just keep having the image because the Fifth Element played on television where you see Lilu put just a few drops of whatever is in the shaker and put it in the microwave and ding! The big chicken the size of a turkey filled with all these vegetables on the side. Hero feast.
Okay, wait, actually. That was, alright. 1 second.
Hey, but also
And that would give everybody 10 temporary hit points.
I discovered a new thing from that movie while listening to it last week. You know, they keep
What
saying
movie is
that
that?
Lilu is the perfect being.
The Fifth Element.
Yeah. Well,
Oh.
she just ate chicken. Vegan is not perfect.
Hey! if Ornak's out, we'll all have the feast. I guess we could all pour some elven wine, right, guys, before we go to my monastery?
Hell yeah.
You can have some elven wine.
Yeah. Cheers to the adventure. Another one in the
Is
books.
that what the Hero's Feast does? It gives us 10 temporary.
as well as a bunch of other dope shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2d10.
They're not 10 hit points either. They raise your max.
Raised maximum
Okay,
hit
that's what I
points.
thought. I was like, I thought.
Damn it,
raised
my
it.
funny number, guys. Now I'm at 79.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You could not eat it, Toby.
Yeah.
No, I'll eat it. We're having a feast, guys.
No,
You
it's
know
okay.
what? I'm gonna try to think how I can do this without changing my HP as I remember.
Yeah, I'm just
I
putting
mean,
it as
you could
temp.
do it as temp HP and then just remember.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
It only really becomes important as far as maximum. I guess first off,
It's
temporary hit points.
just that you have to remember that if you get healed, they can actually also heal those temporary hit points.
Yeah, those 10 HP.
Yeah,
And also, when
you
I
can
gain
click
my
on-
other temp HP, it's separate from it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You click on your health, and then in the bottom, there's max HP modifier, and you can.
Yeah.
do
Oh, no,
that.
I know I can change it. It's just that I have to remember I changed it. and go back.
Oh,
When you hit the long rest button, I believe it
it
could.
should reset it.
Yeah, or you can set it to reset it.
But because I already max overrided my HP, would it?
Well, if it's a HP modifier, then it,
Oh, so I can set it at max HP modifier 10.
Yeah.
Let's try
Now, my
this.
question is,
yes.
is the crew eating with us?
Well, that's up to you. You know, there's 20 of them, and your meal can accommodate up to 12 people.
8 of the, or however many. No.
Everyone but the priests and the engine, they don't deserve it.
Yeah, the previous engines don't deserve it, guys. Come on. Let's be
They
real.
won't be fighting anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. And then I think it would also be good that an audience makes a toast or says some stuff.
I can say some stuff.
Speech.
I
The time.
give an
Speech.
inspiring speech.
Yes, speech. What's the
I have
speech? You
nothing
gotta touch
planned
your
right
men,
now.
man. I mean, hey.
I feel like it's weird.
You don't even know if we're fighting tomorrow, so I don't even know if we'll just be like, I'll just give a nice speech.
Yeah.
I don't have.
Yeah,
topic
give a
in
nice
mind
speech.
right
Everyone's sitting around that table along with 8 crew
now. I'll
members.
roll a.
And part of that has to be the guy who's coming with us, the emissary guy.
Yeah, he's coming. Actually, would speech be a performance or persuasion?
Depends on what you are trying to do.
I feel like would it not be with the, well, I mean, the feast would make them feel better, right? It would have to be with advantage or something, right?
So if you're just trying to give an inspiring speech,
You Yeah, just be an inspiring speech. I'm not trying to get them to do anything because.
I think
And what would you be-
performance would probably be the one most adequate.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I rolled. Do I get advantage or no? I don't care.
Just for the feast helping.
What is this
Yeah,
speech
sure,
gonna
why
help
not?
with?
You have Remy giving visual effects. You have Orunak cheering you.
Sure. It's a 19.
I raise up my glass.
I'll
It's
cast
a
guidance on you
19. It's
too.
a- Oh,
Put
cast
guidance on him?
and it's
Mhm.
plus a d4, right? Or-
That's me just giving you thumbs up. That's my guidance.
oh, you're not actually casting guidance on.
No, I am casting guidance. Don't you have to give some?
Okay. Oh, I rolled a 4. Okay, that's a 23 then.
Hell yeah.
That's a good ass speech.
It's a good speech.
Your Orunak just go, yeah! We're all gonna die tomorrow! Oh no, that's not what I'm supposed to say. Sorry.
The wrong
What? We're just going to a monastery. We don't even know if we're fighting pirates tomorrow. Like, why are we gonna die?
Everyone, I apologize. This might be awkward. I haven't seen them in forever.
Yeah, Toby, did you let them know we're coming since we are showing up with like not a warship, but an airship with a lot of people?
I did not have time. I couldn't send a letter and let them. I could let them know now if someone has like a
Okay,
message.
make
thing.
sure we put Toby out in front so they could see Toby as we arrive, so they don't like shoot at us or something.
Yeah. No, they don't have anything like that. It's a monastery.
Strap
Last
him
you
to
checked.
bow of the ship.
Oh shit! Something struck. It's somebody's body. They're
We just
shooting
hear the
people at us.
lock on. We just hear the missile lock on like sound. The
Yeah, it's like the
Oh,
it's
shit.
the lock-on missile from Halo. It's a doot, 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 doot.
oh shit!
They're shooting monks at us. It's just actual people.
All right. So you take your feast, you give your speech. Everyone is enthralled with this. Your emissary is so nervous he throws up. He's-
This is where we get him drunk and actually learn the truth of what's going on.
Yeah. Get him drunk.
Yeah, Tobiyashi, I just sent you I sent you a message. I don't know if you read it.
Oh.
No, that's always a possibility. On you, on the emissary.
Oh yeah. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I guess I would talk to Fisher after. Where are we going? No, we won't do it now. We'll do it later. We're all gonna be at the monastery for a little bit.
Once
so.
you're at the monastery, comfortable
Yeah.
in familiar surrounding, then you can ask a worm to do.
I'm still expecting to get hate from that one master.
That's okay.
We'll see.
Okay, are you stronger than him now or weaker than him?
I don't know. They're masters.
He's a master, so
He's
technically
a master.
you should be anywhere from same level to a little under him.
Well, maybe you can take him on, Toby. Show him what's up. Show him that you're better.
I wouldn't do that. He's a master. We'll see.
Well,
If
technically
he does
now,
something.
because you are a single class monk, you technically are good enough to start becoming a master now.
We'll see what they say.
Master
Toby gonna-
Tobiyashi, yeah.
Do the trials when we get there.
He did tell me that I was never going to become a master before I left, and I wasn't one of
Exactly.
those guys.
Rough.
We'll see though. We'll see when I get there.
I'm gonna make a better monastery with blackjack and hookers.
And hookers. There's gonna be whores everywhere.
Audience just cheers. Yeah,
No,
I joined that monastery.
no, but really, Tobiyashi, you could found a monastery. You don't need
Somewhere.
anyone. You just need you and you and you
True.
and you and you.
And me. Oh yeah, it's all me.
Toby, why is your monastery called the Monastery of the Anti-Dragon?
Ah, we don't talk about that. Wait, was that implemented?
It's not important. Don't worry about it,
Say
dude.
something like that.
It's just a mistranslation. Don't worry about it.
why is there one sect specifically called the Dragon Slayer Order?
I like how I just sent them a note about stuff, and then I'm coming with a ship from them, and the actual almost leader of them. I'm like, oh shit. Well, this.
No,
It's a
but
little
look
sus,
good.
Tony.
that's
It's a
probably
little sus.
also exactly what happened when you think about it. You sent them a message saying that you would come, but you actually decided to take a flying ship. So you're gonna arrive maybe 3 days before the letter you sent them.
Yeah.
You know, it's the mail office. They're just too slow.
Yeah, God, what? I thought it was like through wind, sleet, and snow. What was it called? I forgot the post office saying.
They had some budget cuts, so
They had some budget cuts.
That's
Well, actually, there have been several budget cuts, even recently.
So
If you-
yeah, 1, 2.
If you're out in the boonies, your mail's going to arrive a day later. But if you're in a major city, it might arrive a day early.
Oh no, actually
no,
that's
please.
even more funny. So the garden is able to open gates in near all of the major city in the Eastern Island chain, and there is one major city in each of the two Western Islands. So if you decided to open a gate there and give your letter to warn the monastery that you're arriving to the
Would
mail
have got
there,
there when we got there.
yeah, it would arrive in the morning after you arrived.
Yeah, that's probably what would happen.
You get there, and in the morning they receive the letter saying you're about to get there.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
It would just give confirmation to your master that you really are a moron.
Yeah, exactly. Especially that one that hates me.
Yeah, no, I was talking about him.
Yeah. That master.
All right.
yeah, that one.
No, it was literally just that one.
And
Yeah. I have 12 of them.
Yeah, there was just one that really, really didn't like you. The other ones, they felt pity for you.
Yeah. Other than my actual master.
So
He's cool.
you finish your feast. You're about to arrive. Beautiful sunset. Hey, you're going to be able to sleep in Tobiashi's monastery tonight. That's bound to be comfortable. More than a bunk bed on a ship. That's kind of cool. The ship starts to arrive. In the distance, probably Remy is the first one that hears it. You start hearing those very faint, very does sound like ballista fire.
oh, fuck.
Why didn't we teleport? Oh, God. No, never mind.
Gunfire in the brain, but I was kidding.
I thought it
I
was
mean,
gongs.
aren't you glad though we have a ship though now, Toby?
We have a ship. Yeah, I mean, shit, fuck.
We can take out the ballistas with all of
True.
audience practice.
True, with all audience. Hey, everyone has the feast. I mean,
So you arrive, and the more you arrive, the more you start seeing the scene. There is a little bit of smoke that you can see emanating from the side of the mountain, and as the ship slowly starts to turn, and you're able to have a better angle, though the angle that will allow you to see your monastery, you see a barrier erected around the monastery. You know that there was a generator somewhere, but you've never actually seen it used.
yeah.
You weren't even sure the first time you saw it was actually a generator. It could have just been a huge slab of stone with arcane sigils on it. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you've never seen it, and your monastery is not known to be a fighting monastery.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
you-
They had more priests.
Yeah, but you have confirmation that they actually at least have defensive measures. As you see the impacts on their barriers, you see two small ships, about the same size as the ship you're on. Just there floating, it's slightly drifting as they're firing on the side of the mountain. The monastery isn't firing back. You're not sure why. Well, maybe you know, you're not sure. You've never seen any ballistas in the temple. Maybe they don't have any, but maybe something happened and they can't fire back.
What the fuck?
As you're
Well-
as you're approaching, Remy, you're the first one to be able to see the flag on those ship. It is the head of the hunter cult drawn on these flags. Two small ships attacking the side of the mountain.
As he's looking through the spyglass, just shouting for everybody to hear from his spot on the crow's nest. You magnificent bastard, I read your book!
Captain, what are your orders?
Well,
You're not the
Fuck 'em
captain.
up.
I know I'm not the captain. I'm just worried. I'm just like, we gotta do something.
suddenly, Fisher, everyone looks at you. Audience named you captain, so
Yeah.
Ramey's just a commander.
Yeah. How far away is it?
well, you can see it now. It's probably several hundred feet.
Mm-hmm.
How many people can we take through teleportation? I'm gonna go right on the deck of one.
Let's fuck them up.
Let's do it.
I'll look around to the crew. Well, you heard them. Let's fuck them up.
To your stations, men.
You hear gnome
Battle
just shout,
station.
"Battle station!" at the same time as you say it. Yeah, the gnome. Oh, I always wanted to say this.
You might want to get up the shields too.
Raise the barrier. He looks at you. I said it before you. He goes,
How high up are we? Or how far away would we be when we...
We are 700 feet right now, I think.
Your monastery is quite high in the mountain, if I'm not mistaken, and I believe it's high mountains on the map. So
How about I
yeah.
ask
I mean-
this?
How much range do we need from the boat to hit
To that.
the...
Oh, yeah, 150 feet, I think, would be the range of... would it be the range? I don't know. Hold on. A house on the street is 60 feet. No, it's more like 400 to 500 feet. The maximum range.
So we have to be.
Wait.
Okay.
So there are two ships
Yeah,
or three
There's
two
ships?
two
ships,
ships.
roughly similar to yours.
Okay, so there are two ships similar to ours, and then also there's stuff on the ground.
No, just the 2
they're
ships.
firing
Oh.
from the
Oh,
ships.
just the two ships.
Yeah.
Oh, just the two ships. Okay.
By the way,
Hmm.
Terry has been out this whole time
Okay.
because airship is dope thing to see. And I will keep him out.
I would like to know how high up are we above them? Not from them. I know we're 700 feet right now, but how high up are we?
How high up?
Ooh, yeah, I told us to start gaining altitude.
Yeah, your monastery is probably somewhere like a mile and a half up the mountain. So you are probably roughly at that range in the sky.
All right, we gain
Also,
altitude.
Can we
Does it-
make
look like
a
they've
flat?
seen us.
Did they see you? That's a good question.
Roll a stealth check I'll do pass
we
without a
have-
trace on the
I think
on the
we have
ship.
audience's flags on us.
I don't think we had flags.
Oh, we didn't, huh?
Oh, the moment you said battle station, of course the flag of the dragon cult went up. It goes with the whole thing.
Damn it! I was
Are
like,
we calling
I
it?
was like, damn it! I was gonna ask if we could quickly switch out for if they had anything we could make into a flag of the hunter cult, and then surprise attack them. But it's okay.
We could do that.
Well, it depends on what Fisher rolled. Do you have proficiency with boat?
I have proficiency with water vehicles. Yes.
Okay, I would apply it to a flying ship.
Okay.
I would.
So
I
you
bet.
can roll a stealth roll with proficiency because you're proficient with a ship.
Jorg, call the the seahorses.
The entire seahorse! Summon
There's an
them!
army of seahorses behind them.
That is a 12. But do I add anything other than my proficiency bonus, or like any stats, or is it just a proficiency bonus?
Oh man, what would be the stat behind piloting a ship?
Dude, do we need to know these ships' stats? Like, what's its HP? What's its...
The athletics, insight. What would it be like? History? No.
Well,
My gut tells me it's probably at least between
Survival.
an intelligence, and it honestly kind of depends on what you're trying to do.
yeah, I'd say I agree with that. Intelligence, probably, especially if you want to try and approach stealthily. Probably piloting through the mist would more be wisdom because you have to go with your guts. But now you don't have to go with your guts. You have to go with your sea, with your knowledge of the situation.
So adding my intelligence to that would make it a 16.
16. All right.
I'm gonna lead into Fisher, and I'm like, do we want to quickly try and craft a hunter cult flag and see if we can catch like one? Since they're two ships, maybe take out one of them while its shields are still down, because it won't expect us to attack them. Or do we
Yeah, they'll
want
probably
to?
think we're allies.
Do you
yeah.
just say that out loud, Toby?
Yeah, I mean you're the one who said it first. I'm like, yeah, they'll probably think we're allies if we have a
Does-
hunter
Oh, I
cult
thought you
flag
meant
up.
my dragon flag
Oh, no,
still
no,
up. You were just
no.
like, oh, they'll probably think we're
That's
allies.
what I was thinking in my head,
Is,
but I mean,
is anything
with
from
the hunter cult flag.
the monastery shooting back?
No,
Remind me of structure.
there is smoke coming from the monastery, so maybe they've been damaged. Maybe it's a monastery that doesn't believe in offensive capabilities. They are a monastery that prone non-violent ways. So it's
Toby
also
did
possible.
say they didn't have anything like that to shoot at us, so.
Yeah.
Um,
The defenses aren't too good. Well,
Well,
they're more
it's
of
not
a
that they're not too
defense
good,
and an
they're-
offense.
They're
yeah.
just really old.
yeah.
Yeah, they're really old.
It's
a
not the
really old
latest
monastery.
generation of arcane generator.
Also, do we want to try and lead? I'm kind of like trying to talk to. I'm like, do we want to try and lead a ship away? Do we want to try and pull like? Because there are two versus our one. Our ship seems similar. Do you want to try and isolate a ship?
I do.
We want to hit one hard before they know.
Yeah, before they
What's
know we're
happened?
here.
All right, so Fisher, you get the impression that your idea to go up, take more altitude, has the interesting effect that they don't see you arriving. At least they're not reacting in a way that makes you think that they saw you arriving.
Oh, maybe we can just hit them then.
Well, I do have an idea. So, maybe we let the crew fight one ship, and we jump onto another one.
We could cast enlarge on one of their crew
Oh, we
members.
try
and
and like
cause it to
we try and
capsize.
commandeer. Do we know? Do these shields stop like bodies from getting through, or do they just stop projectiles?
I don't think the ships had shields up because they're not getting attacked unless they do have a
Oh,
shield
you
up.
mean you cast like falling flight on us, and we just land on a ship?
Yeah, I mean,
So
What's the worst that can
And then
happen?
and then we try and commandeer a ship, and then we let
The other
these
one
guys, the
fight
other
the
one,
other
take
one.
out the other ship.
Yeah.
I'm down.
you can't be. Here's the thing. There's no visual way of determining if their barrier can actually stop a person trying to get through or stop teleportation, but you know that some can. Fisher, you know more about boats, and you know that it's a question of generations. Initially, the barrier generator
So it
were.
depends how old they are.
Yeah, essentially. So initially, the barrier would just use force energy, raw divine energy. No, the barrier is arcane energy. So it's just raw arcane energy. So it would by default be force, but eventually they started creating rotating barrier. And what that means is that several crystals are placed inside. And each crystal has a different effect, protecting in some way, making it vulnerable in other ways, which also goes with the cannons, also having the possibility to have a rotation. So there is an aspect of tactic in deciding to fire fireballs or lightning balls or just beams. It got to the point to where you are now today where every type of damage can be found in a crystal. And the more complex the ship is, the more crystal it has, and it will have a rotation, meaning that the vulnerability of the barrier can change every single turn. And this is what makes a very efficient protection, and why a castle, just like the one when you were in the dream, could be protected against teleportation at all time, because they have several barrier generator, each one rotating in different ways. So the vulnerabilities can actually be cancelled by the fact that the generator always works opposite. So
Of the other one.
it depends on the complexity of their generator creating the barrier. They could be protected against teleportation, but they could be vulnerable against it. Right now, you don't know. There's no visual way of determining this. In metagame, think about the shield frequencies in Star Trek.
Okay. I will say, if they're not expecting an attack, and if they have no reason to have their shields up from an attack, technically my helm of teleportation would just work. Like, I could literally just teleport us onto the deck.
As long as you
They
don't
probably.
miss.
Oh,
As long as I don't
we could
miss.
test it, but like they're doing an attack, they might as well have the barriers up.
Yeah.
okay.
They probably have their shields up.
If they haven't seen us now, we could put the flag up for the hunter call. Be friendly with them, get close to them, maybe get on one of their ships, and then have people stay on ours. And then when we get on the other one, if they allow us to, we go from there.
I also think
How these shields have various properties. How do I think disintegrate would do what it does to a wall of force to these shields?
Of course, it could. The element being that the barriers on created by an arcane shield, or an arcane generator, is of an extremely high density and power. So he would essentially be doing this against a barrier that may be able to absorb the blast of a disintegration. But you know that it's possible, because it is possible for a wizard to feed an empty cannon, an empty arcane ballista with magic. He just needs to go high level if he actually wants to have any chance of penetrating a barrier.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we could also fire a shot at it. Like, if we can see if a shot gets through, and if it gets through, we can teleport, because it's only an action to teleport. So we can literally watch the shot. So I can teleport the instant I see a shot go through. So if we want to know if the shields are down.
We could try it. I'm down for that.
And if not, then we get, it just works either way, because either we get good damage on it with the shot and teleport, and then, So I guess we would tell the crew our plans if it goes fight the other ship, and then we're going to try and teleport to one ship and commandeer it.
Fisher, who's the first mate? Who's taking over the ship? Is it the gnome?
No, that's
No, it's the first. It's the first mate.
Engineer.
It's the guy.
Yeah, it's
There
the
is
guy
a
who
first
flew
mate.
it
It's
to
the
us.
guy over there,
The guy that's doing the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All right, I guess we tell him our plan of, like, we're going to fire a shot. We're going to see if their shields are down. If their shields are down, we're going to teleport in.
You attack the other ship.
And then you tack the other ship. We're going to try and commandeer this one.
How many people can we take with this?
I could take 8, but I'm honestly just going to take
But let's
us.
take
Yeah, just take
Yeah.
us, yeah. Oh, and Onek.
Yes, well, us.
Oh,
I
next
included
Part of us.
everyone in our party.
Okay.
All right. Whew. So, you maneuver from the higher point. You start approaching slowly. Do you raise a hunter cult flag or similar flag?
I would try, yes, in case they see us. I just feel like it's better in case they're like, oh, maybe there's another ship. They'll just be less questioning than if they see a dragon cult flag.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you just call your own religion the dragon cult?
No.
Oh,
Listen,
okay.
Sam
good.
did.
Sam
Sam
called
did.
it that.
That's okay.
Audience did not.
All right. Okay.
Audience is getting more suspicious. He's not at that point yet.
All right. So, how are you planning to make a flag?
Remy?
Oh, we need a black flag, right?
I thought they were like I always thought they were like a maroon color.
I mean, we know what their crest looks like. I just don't remember. We
Remy
do
would
know
remember.
what their crest looks like.
Remy,
We've
you know
seen
what the
it
flag looks like. Can you make a flag, please?
Ramy will just cast silent image on the flagstaff.
enough. Thank you.
Thank you, Remy.
Thank you.
You know, you have
I
a
thought it was
spyglass right now, so you have the exact image over there. So you just go, okay.
All right, we're good, guys.
And strangely enough, it flaps exactly the same way as one of the two ships, but that's Remy's nature.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think they're gonna notice that or check that out.
So guys, I'm very suspicious about that ship coming up there.
All right.
Did they say they were sending reinforcements?
All right, I'm gonna tell one of the crew to fire a shot on my mark because I have to be ready to teleport us on the same time if it goes through.
Why exactly did the crew of the Hunter cult become British?
Well, they're more like a pirate British kind of.
Have a bit of a reputation of taking over other cultures.
Yeah. They're the actual pirates.
And
All
also
right.
like that religion in multiple parts of the world. So I
just makes sense.
By the way, Toby, can you prep Featherfall for us? Because there is technically a chance I
I've got
miss with my teleport.
No,
and-
I don't have Featherfall. I
I've
can only
got it.
cast it on myself.
Okay, you got us, Fisher?
That's
I've
reaction,
got
yeah.
it.
Okay, cool.
Fisher, you know that if you tell Terry what's happening, he also has Featherfall.
Yeah, just in case I miss I teleport, let's be prepped.
Yeah, I'll have my
Yeah.
squirrel wings ready. My flying suit just in case.
Fisher,
We're gonna teleport across the map.
Fisher,
yeah,
Terry looks
so
at you and
Terry
says,
was
"What's
playing.
happening? Everything is so pretty."
What would we call these ships, by the way? Would we call these very familiar or seen casually? Since they're the same ships as ours that we're looking at.
Well,
What
I think if we're
what
looking
are we
at
putting
them,
I'd say familiar because you can't know for sure if the inside is the same, but Remy can give you confirmation that the upper deck is the same. So
Okay, got you. Okay, let me get with D. All right. Anyway, on your
Almost.
mark, whatever.
is this gonna wait? This is gonna be the
get within
first.
range. I mean, we can just get within range, yeah, and then do it.
Is this the first player D100 in the whole game?
This is, I think.
Whoa.
Where's my D100? I have to beat a 25. We have a 3/4 chance. I don't know if guidance matters for this. I don't know if guidance helps this one.
I don't think.
Yeah,
it's
does it work on a?
Targets ability checks, and the percentile is not an ability check.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think we just have a 75% chance.
Heroes Feast? No, sorry.
It does not change anything. All right.
I like it. Yeah.
I can transform and grab one person and put them help.
No, I'm
grab
fine.
them,
We will.
No,
we
we
will
got
be
this.
fine. We will not die with me doing this. It's just it'll be unfortunate because we just won't be on any ship anymore.
Yeah.
Or we're gonna end up back on the Shattered Continent in the Misty. No, I'm kidding.
It does not send us
Well, you
that
can-
off target.
You can move 8 people.
I can move 8 people. Yes.
You could cast like. Could you cast familiars and transport them? I don't know.
That's what I was wondering. If I could summon some birds, you could transport them, and then that way, if we miss, I can grab us all.
How
And
many?
fly
can
us
only
on.
do 8, and we are
1, 2,
5,
3, 4, 5,
With
6,
Terry.
7.
But then I
7
transform.
with Terry.
So
I
that
can only
means-
transform
Unless
one
he
extra
comes
thing.
with me.
Yeah, there's one
Unless
extra
Terry
one.
counts as
Terry?
part of Fisher, I only have one slot available.
I see. Yeah.
I think it's
Well,
okay.
then I'll just try to do that when we get there. And
You
All right,
can
guys,
prep
we
a
got
spell because it's an action, right?
Yeah, hold
So
an
it's like
action.
we're gonna-
Yeah.
prep a spell.
So my
you can
question
prep
is, does anyone take the time to tell Terry what's happening and what you want to do and what you're trying to do? Or do you
I
just
assume
say,
Fisher did
brace?
that during.
No,
I assume
yeah,
Fisher
I
did that
would
while I was.
be throwing stars up.
Kill anyone but us on the deck.
We're gonna try and teleport onto one of those boats, and commandeer it while our ship goes and fights the other one.
Oh, you know, let me roll. I've never rolled the D100 on D&D Beyond. Let me do that
Please,
now.
no,
to
wait.
see
It
how
has
I'm
to be the
feeling.
first. No, wait.
It has to be okay.
Yeah,
But it's
it
gonna
has to be the
screw
first
us.
one.
You know it's gonna screw us.
Okay. You
I
know what?
have
Roll
to
the
burn
if
one,
you
man.
feel it, burn
I have to
it.
burn one.
Burn
I
the
have
first
to burn
one.
one.
Watch it
If I
be
don't
100.
burn one, it's gonna screw us. Watch.
All right,
You saying the
so
first one is not gonna count?
Yeah, the first
Yeah.
one's not counting. It's 60. Oh my god, we should have just left that. Oh god, now I feel worse.
Ugh.
so
All right.
Okay.
So this is the real one.
This is the real one.
Well, we have to wait first to see
Wait.
if the shield's
Does
down.
the shield? Does it go
We
through the
have to
shield
see
or
if the
not?
shield's
Is there
down
a
before I
shield
do
up?
anything.
all right, Terry wants to know why everyone looks so tense. Feels
They're
so
attacking my
tense.
monastery, Terry.
I told him the plan for attacking the ship and everything. Did you not hear that?
No, everyone was talking at the same time.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, in that case, right as you're about to say get ready to fire, Terry just says, "You know, if we get close enough, I can see inside. I can tell you if the barrier's active."
Hold up. Wait.
Oh, hold
Wait.
it. Hold it. Hold the shot. Hold the shot.
Get us closer.
Okay, we'll get closer.
All right, make another stealth roll.
I mean, I guess it doesn't matter that much if they see us, since I think we're part friends.
Hopefully.
Mhm.
Roll a
That
deception check then.
Is 17 this time.
Okay.
It's better.
Hey, Captain, there's something over there.
Okay. Your ship positions itself behind, higher, and get closer and closer and closer. And when you reach 1 mile away from that ship. Exactly, no, less than a mile. I said that you were within 1,000 feet. So you are in position. Terry takes a moment, looks at your own ship. Okay. And then he focuses, and he casts clairvoyance, and casts the sensor exactly in the same room as your generator is, roughly where it should be on their ship. Says, I can perceive 2 lights inside of their ship. One is fire. One is lightning. They can't protect against teleportation.
All right.
Okay, well, sick. Are their shields up or down though? Do we know? Because that would be good information to give to the captain.
we could still teleport through their shield if they
I
have
know
it
we
up.
can teleport, but we should let our
Oh
crew
yeah,
know
with the
before we
fire on them.
abandon them if the shield's down or up.
The light,
Beam 'em.
The light is intense. I think it's active.
Okay, I will let the captain know before we teleport. Hey, just to let you know, their shields are up, so it's not going to be an easy barrage. It's going to be an extended fight. We will try and commandeer the ship as quick as possible and come help you with another ship.
We should go straight to this ship. They shouldn't fire until they should open fire on the other ship.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna teleport onto this one.
Oh, also before Terry ends his clairvoyance, is our ship protecting from teleport?
well, he's looking at the other ship.
That could actually end up being important. Just
Yeah, okay, but that's not something Terry could be checking right now. He's checking
well, I thought
the
he
other
was looking
ship.
at both.
Oh, he can?
No.
But I'm also...
I mean...
But I thought Fisher was going to say, you can just ask one of the crew.
Yeah, like, we know our ship.
Sure. Can your ship protect from teleportation magic?
No, it's not an important enough ship.
Okay, cool, thanks.
How fucking
We're
dare
fast.
you.
What the fuck? I appreciate
Why
you
would they
giving
say
a poor
that?
enough shit. No, I'm kidding.
We
I'm kidding.
only have 3 crystals. We used 3 for offense. We didn't take any of the depth or anything like this.
Okay, it's fine. That's fine.
We were going to my monastery. No, I'm kidding.
We took fire, ice, and lightning.
Use ice.
That's good. That's good.
Or, no, those are your protections. Never mind.
Yeah,
It's like,
we respect it. Okay, I'm gonna roll to see if we teleport to the ship. Hopefully I don't get below 25. Let's see if I teleport us into space. And everyone pray.
I am
And we're good.
preparing
fucking A.
What did you roll?
Clenched. So close, too.
I mean, it was either 40. It wasn't. I had to get below 25.
And what did you roll?
46.
Okay, oh, that's good. That's good.
That's good.
So there is a brief moment where you think about this and say, all right, so exactly where are you aiming? On the deck, inside of the
Take
ship?
your superhero stances, everyone.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I don't think I can. I guess probably we just want to teleport into the engine room so we can just disable it, right?
Okay.
Take out the clerics first, disable the engine.
Yeah. I mean, well, take out the barrier or take out the...
Well, it would
because if
take
we
out
take out
both.
the engine, we're going to fall.
Well, if we take out the clerics, do we care if it falls though? Because I can teleport us out.
Oh, that's true, huh? We could do that. Because if there's no priest in the engine room, then there's no one that could keep it floating, I think.
And then we don't have to fight the full crew. We can just.
Fisher, how does
teleport
that
into
sound?
the
We don't
engine.
have enough time. Teleport us in.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
teleporting to the engine room.
yep.
All right.
Get ready to attack some priests, some poor priests that are just standing on the edge.
So as you're thinking to use the helm of teleportation, you start looking at this ship. You remember how it looks inside of your own engineering. You focus, hoping that it's the same configuration. And right before the last moment, you sort of, oh yeah, they're drifting. I have to lead it a little bit.
I have to aim
and
in
you
front.
throw everyone. There is a brief moment where the teleportation, you see the other ship appearing around you and your ship disappearing, and there's a brief moment where Jorg, you feel like you're materializing right inside a wall,
Inside the wall.
but audience led the ship just enough so the wall is right maybe half an inch away from your shoulder.
I do not want to find out what happens if I materialize.
Surprise
in a
round,
wall.
attack everyone. I guess we'll wait for next episode. Though.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
make
Yeah, I
you
was gonna
start a
say,
fight.
that would be a
We're
good,
gonna
good
fight
start
two
for
ships.
next episode.
Yeah, guys, 4 more hours.
A single priest just looks at us and is just like, what?
We're all just like in amazing superhero stances.
Except Jorg, who's like this.
Yeah.
Well, this is the first time I use it. Tell me just like, oh god, glad that worked.
Instant transmission.
Everybody's got to roll a con save the first round, or otherwise
Yeah.
you just
To
spend
see
it
if we
throwing
throw
up.
See if we throw up. First TP.
Alright, one charge of the helm is down.
Alright. Well, I guess we start next episode with a fight in the engine room.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then we're just gonna teleport back and then teleport to the other ship. Just blow up both ships from the inside.
Oh yeah.
Well, it depends on how long the fight lasts, but who knows? Maybe you should think about teleporting to your own ship first, just in case the other one is in flame.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we
take
want to
a quick
keep one
peek
ship.
out
I don't
the-
know. We could. It's another ship.
Well, we'll have Terry try and cast like clairvoyance again to see how things are going.
Well, it is a 10-minute casting, so
Oh,
Oh yeah.
it only lasts 10
fair
minutes.
enough.
But it's concentration, and it lasts 10 minutes. So if you can do this fight within, let's say,
10
2 or
rounds.
3 minutes, it would still be up.
Yeah, that's fair. I think we can kill a bunch of scared priests in 2 to 3 minutes.
Oh,
Mhm.
definitely. Well, maybe. They are hunter cults priests, so.
They are hunter cult priests.
Yeah, you know they
But they
can-
also were not expecting a band of level 11 adventurers to just spawn into their, like,
No.
fucking
that's like
engine
real.
room.
It's like a villager's worst nightmare. It's just teleport right into your room.
All right. So, yeah, no, it was just a reenactment of how the people would feel in the engine room audience. They don't see us arriving. It just
Awesome. I just started another story. I'm on the second book. It's a pirate book, so I mean, it's pretty cool.
all right.
Alright.
So we're not gonna start a fight at this time of the night. So I guess next episode, like I said, we start and fight in the engine room. So I'm gonna have to finish. I'm gonna have to design an engine room, and I'm gonna have to finish Jorg's object.
And my ball sack.
Your ball.
In your ball sack.
And my ball sack.
I mean, I guess we could try to finish your ball sack, but that might take a few minutes.
Yeah. So we could do it right before the episode.
Depends on
starts.
how nervous he is.
Yeah. I can't do it while you're looking at me.
Okay. Campfire. Yeah, camp. It's all right. Campfire. All right. So, well, like I said, that's it for tonight. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Hope you had a pleasant, whatever part of the day it is, wherever you are in the world. Probably as you saw when we started, there was a new logo on the when we started. Yeah, well, updated version, which means, like I said, the next thing on my list is creating our Discord channel. So you can look forward to that anywhere between 2 weeks and a year, judging on my speed of doing things. So hopefully a few weeks, but just to be sure. To be fair, it's already mostly done. Toby actually helped me, and I think we're something like 3/4 of the way done. So
Yeah.
it's probably going to be soon. So you might have the ability to talk to us. Ask us why we forgot about this ability. Why didn't anyone look at the tiny blob in a jar before teleporting?
Or maybe play your own games in some of the calls.
Yeah.
Up to you, though.
We'll
Forgot
see.
about the tiny blob in a jar.
Alright, so
Always do.
like I was saying, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Remember, if you want to help us support this channel, you can do this by following us, leaving a like, leaving a comment on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. You can do more if you want by making a donation, which is very much appreciated by me. Because right now, my day work is not paying the bill. I'm mostly living on reserve cash, so that would help me a lot, only if you can afford it. You can also become a Patreon. You can subscribe on Twitch also. But if you can't do any of those things, there's a very free thing and a very mostly effortless thing you can do that helps tremendously, and it's spreading the word of this channel. So, anything of that? Very much appreciated. All of the information to do any of those things is below the window. And that's it for tonight. See you next week, either next Wednesday for the next live broadcast, next Friday for the next rebroadcast for the Eastern audience. And who knows, maybe I'll see you tomorrow, Thursdays, for the map making stream. I'm going to keep making the large map. I think we're more than halfway through, so only a few more weeks. And that's it. Yeah, there's nothing else to say. So, thank you for being here. See you next week. If we're Friday, maybe we raid in a few minutes. It depends on how many raiders we have, and if I can find an interesting channel, D&D channel preferably. And yeah, that's everything. Thank you for being here. See you next week, and as always, stay safe and stay healthy. Good night.
Goodbye.
Good night.